Third part. Chapter 41 Li Ming's Promise. Su Yi is targeted by the Dongying military region. Li Ming. From now on, you are not allowed to continue looking for semi-foreign people. Besides, take Su Yi back to the training camp base in Nanling province immediately. During the return process, you must protect his safety. At this time, Nia Wu gave Li Ming an order with a serious expression. Colonel, I'll take Su Yi back to the training camp base right away. But before that, do we have to reward him? After all, he helped capture more than 1,000 semi-aliens. Soon, a sharp voice sounded. Say it. What does he want? Is it training resources or martial arts skills? After hearing Li Ming's words, Nia Wu first took a sip of tea, and then asked aloud. Exotic beast. Zone Realm Strange Beast. All merit points will be exchanged for sect-level exotic beasts. Want exotic beasts from the sect? After hearing Li Ming's words, Nia Wu also showed a look of surprise in his eyes. Approved. When the time comes, I will send someone to send a certain number of sect-level beasts to the training camp base. Although he didn't understand, Nia Wu still agreed. Fengtian City, inside the hotel. A hard day's work. We just captured more than 1,000 semi-foreign people. The efficiency is really low. Would you like to play with a big wave? Looking at the martial god-level skeleton summoning card in his hand, Su Yi had a crazy idea in his mind, which was to summon martial god-level skeleton soldiers, and then each of them would have one skeleton and take advantage of the night to destroy all the semi-alien soldiers in Fengtian City. Catch them all in one fell swoop. Right. That's it. Otherwise, when I break through to the sect realm, the exotic beasts will not be enough. After struggling for a few minutes, Su Yi finally made a decision. Boom, boom, boom. Just when Su Yi was about to use the God of War skeleton summoning card, there was a rapid knock on the door. Sir. What's the matter? After opening the door and seeing Li Ming standing outside, Su Yi started asking. Su Yi. An order has come down from above. Let me take you back to the training camp base immediately. Hurry up and pack your things. We will go to the Spirit Warriors Association in 5 minutes. Looking at Su Yi, Li Ming directly explained his intention. I'm just about to catch all the semi-foreigners in Fengtian City. And then you said you wanted to take me away? How about playing? After hearing Li Ming's words, Su Yi shook his head and said, Sir, if I don't leave, I will arrest the semi-foreigner. Su Yi. As mentioned above, if you catch a semi-alien, there will be no reward for the alien beast. Are you sure you want to arrest me? Seeing that Su Yi was really addicted, Li Ming could only start talking nonsense. If you catch another semi-alien again, won't you reward the alien beast? You guys can't afford it. After hearing the news, Su Yi cursed and went to pack his things. After all, he couldn't exchange exotic beasts, so that fool would do such hard work. 5 minutes later, Li Ming and Su Yi left the hotel and then drove to the Spirit Warriors Association. Li Ming. You little b****************** d. You threw more than 1,000 semi-foreign people here at me and you ran away? When Li Ming and Su Yi got on the helicopter and took off, Lei Chen rushed to the top of the building and then yelled at Li Ming in the helicopter. Uncle Lei. Someone will come tomorrow to take away those semi-foreigners. You should work harder tonight. When I come back next time, I will bring you 2 bottles of good wine. As the sharp roar sounded, the helicopter sped up and disappeared from Lei Chen's sight after a while. Why? The martial arts gym failed. Not many semi-aliens were caught. This trip is for nothing. At this time, Su Yi, who was sitting on the helicopter, couldn't help but complain in his heart. 4 hours later. Outside the base. Su Yi. I am a major in the Dongying military region. You can call me Major Li. And in the next month, if you encounter any difficulties, you can come to me at any time. Looking at Su Yi, Li Ming said seriously. Li Ming. If Su Yi encounters difficulties, our provincial department will help solve them. I won't bother you, Dongying Military Region, to worry about it. At this moment, Ding Kai's voice rang from the entrance of the base. Ding Kai. As far as I know, Su Yi needs a lot of exotic beasts. But did your provincial department help solve it? Looking at Ding Kai walking over, Li Ming asked directly. Oh. You mean, your Dongying Military Region can help solve this matter? Upon hearing this, Ding Kai's eyes lit up, and then he asked in reply. Two majors had a quarrel because of me. Is it so exciting? Looking at the two people arguing, Su Yi on the side immediately watched the excitement, and at the same time thought to himself, if Major Li can get me millions of clan-level beasts, that would be so cool. Ding Kai. Our Dongying Military Region will try our best to help solve the problem. How? Do you need our help? At this time, Li Ming's voice sounded from the side. Why? Didn't take the bait. After hearing Li Ming's answer, Ding Kai and Su Yi showed a look of disappointment on their faces. I don't need your help. Okay. I'll take him back to rest first. After saying that, Ding Kai took Su Yi towards the entrance of the base. Inside the base. Su Yi. What have you been doing this whole day? After entering the room, Ding Kai looked at Su Yi and asked. I didn't do anything. It's the semi-foreign man who was captured in Fengtian City for a whole day. But the harvest is so. After a hard day's work, we caught more than 1,000. After hearing Ding Kai's question, Su Yi answered while making the bed. We agreed to go out and play. So you went out and caught a semi-alien for a whole day? And they arrested more than 1,000 people? Hearing Su Yi's answer, Ding Kai's eyes almost popped out of his head in shock. Call. After calming down, Ding Kai continued to ask, Su Yi, how did you find those semi-foreign people? Major Ding. I actually have a special talent. And the ability of this talent is to be able to detect the semi-foreign person near you, and you can also accurately know the name of the other person. Just like Leshan before. I discovered him because of this talent. Looking at Ding Kai, Su Yi replied seriously. The second talent. And it's also a special talent that can find semi-foreign people. No wonder. No wonder that guy Li Ming would make such a promise. And if my guess is correct, Su Yi should be targeted by their Dongying Military Region. Thinking of this, Ding Kai left Su Yi's room and walked directly to the elevator, because he had to report the news to the colonel immediately. Chapter 42 Mysterious Gift Package, Great Summoning Technique. In the room. I just squinted for a while on the helicopter. I can't sleep now. Never mind. Go to the second underground floor and have a look. Thinking of this, Su Yi also walked out of the room and went straight to the elevator. 5 floors underground? Major Ding didn't sleep at night. Why did he go to the 5th floor underground? Seeing the elevator go down to the 5th underground floor and then back to the 1st floor, Su Yi's eyes flashed with doubt. 2nd underground floor. Bite. As the sound of the elevator rang, Zhang Yuan, who was recording the number of strange beasts, turned and looked towards the elevator. Su Yi. You're back. Just in time, this morning, another 50,000, division level, 9th level exotic beasts were sent. And I have already put it in the west area of the number 1, division level, battle secret realm. Looking at Su Yi walking out of the elevator, Zhang Yuan also smiled and said the situation. Have the remaining 50,000, division level, 9th level beasts arrived? Doesn't that mean I can complete the bottleneck task today? After hearing Zhang Yuan's words, Su Yi walked directly towards the number 1, division level, battle secret realm. At the same time, he thought with anticipation, I don't know what the mysterious gift package obtained by completing the bottleneck mission this time will be like. Something is coming. Fight in the secret realm. Let's explode. Wait until I break through to the sect realm and add the entry, sacrificing oneself to save others. I don't have to be so low-key anymore. Thinking of this, Su summoned 990 skeleton soldiers and then walked towards the west area. The other side. 5 floors underground, secret room. Ding Kai. I just checked. Su Ye's current identity blocking level has exceeded my authority. It seems he has been noticed by people above. At this time, the colonel's voice rang from the phone. What? Now even the university can't check Su Ye's personal information. After hearing the colonel's words, Ding Kai's face also showed a look of shock. Ding Kai. I guess the higher-ups will contact me tomorrow. And I will also put forward Su Ye's request for exotic beasts. So, let Su Ye not accept the benefits from the Dongying military region first, and then tell him to perform well in the martial arts university in the future. That way, more military regions will compete for him, and he can gain more benefits. At this time, the colonel's voice rang again. Colonel. I see. I will tell him this. As Ding Kai's voice rang, the senior colonel hung up the phone. There's no college entrance examination yet. It was noticed by the superiors. Su Ye. What a monster. But for Su Ye, will the superiors directly train him with all their strength, or will they let him grow up freely? At this time, Ding Kai was thinking about these issues while walking towards the elevator. F***K. I'll walk on the front foot. He went to the second basement floor. Seeing that the elevator showed that the location was on the second underground floor, Ding Kai's first thought was Su Ye. Half an hour later, the battle is in the secret area. Ding! Congratulations to the host for successfully killing 100,000, division level, 9th level beasts, removing the bottleneck and receiving a mysterious gift package. Ding! Successfully kill the creature, and the reward will be an increase of 0.3 in blood and 0.2 in spiritual power. Ding! Successfully kill the creature, the vitality and blood will increase by 0.2, and the physical control will increase by 0.03%. Ding! Successfully kill the creature, and you will be rewarded with 3rd grade nutrient solution *3. As Su Ye killed all 50,000, division level, 9th level beasts, the system's beeps rang in his mind one after another. Fortunately, I completed the random mission before and helped me eliminate the 10,000, division level, 9th level alien beasts in the bottleneck mission. Otherwise, killing these 50,000 strange beasts is just enough to complete the mission, and you won't get the rest of the rewards at all. Thinking of this, Su Ye checked the personal attributes panel. Name, Su Ye. Talent, Summoning, current upper limit, 1010. Weapons, Skeleton Soldiers, Self-Destruction, Forced First Blood, Teleportation, 1 entry can be added. Chi and Blood, 1012.3. Realm, Level 1 Martial Arts Master. Physical Control, a first look at the door, 82.79%. Martial Skills, Overlapping Wave Palm, Confused Wind Step, 7-star Confused Tracking Step, Red Flame Thunder Tiger Fist, Small Success /98.7%. Mental Power, 1020.8. Realm, Level 1 Spiritual Sect. Soul Control, a first glimpse into the door, 72.33%. Items, Divine Alliance Coin *37.82 million, Pure Gold Stone *116, Heavenly Marrow Liquid *18 drops, God of War Skeleton Summoning Card *10, Talent Source Stone Fragments *66. Level 1 Lingwu Sect. The power is at least dozens of times that of a 9th level extreme spiritual martial artist. I have to say, a breakthrough in a big realm. The power of improvement is really too great. After looking at all the data on the character attribute board and feeling the power he currently possesses, Su Ye just wanted to say, I'm really terrifyingly strong now. System. Open the mysterious gift bag. Immediately afterwards, Su Ye issued an order to the system. Ding! Open the mysterious gift package. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the Great Summoning Technique. Great Summoning Technique. The number of summoned skeleton soldiers is increased tenfold and can be used 10 times a day. No need to hit. Can the number of summoned skeleton soldiers be increased tenfold? This great summoning spell is a bit tricky. After seeing the introduction of the great summoning technique, Su Ye's face was full of ecstasy. After all, his current strength is low and the upper limit of summoning is also low. What worries him most is that there are not enough skeleton soldiers. Su Yi. Are you ready to go back and rest? Seeing the teleported Su Yi standing there without speaking for a long time, Zhang Yuan couldn't help but ask. Sir Zhang Yuan. I only have half an hour left today. So. I want to enter the zone level, battle secret realm. After hearing Zhang Yuan's words, Su Yi came back to his senses and then expressed his thoughts. What? Do you want to enter the zone level, battle secret realm? No. There are all first-level sect-level alien beasts there, and they are simply not something you can deal with now. Before he finished speaking, Zhang Yuan saw the yellow blood energy erupting from Su Ye's body, which made him hold back the next words. Less than 18 years old. I haven't taken the college entrance examination yet. First-level martial artist. This is outrageous. Looking at Su Yi, who was covered in yellow blood, Zhang Yuan's eyes were full of disbelief. Sir Zhang Yuan. Can I go to the zone level, battle secret realm now? Looking at Zhang Yuan, who was stunned and speechless, Su Yi asked with a smile. Can. Sure. Su Yi. You are really a monster. Hearing Su Ye's inquiry, Zhang Yuan calmed down, and then led Su Yi towards the entrance of the zone level, battle secret realm. Chapter 43 400,000 sect-level beasts. Not enough to kill. Not enough to kill at all. Zone level, battle in the secret realm. 400,000 sect-level first-level exotic beasts. The quantity is still too small. Just push it horizontally. After entering the secret realm, Su Yi directly used the great summoning technique. 1. 2. 3. In less than a minute, a skeleton army of 10,000 skeleton soldiers appeared in front of Su Yi. Sea of white bones. Looking at the white sea of bones formed by the skeleton army in front of him, Su Ye's face also showed a touch of excitement, and he murmured to himself, "This is the skeleton army I want. Go ahead. Kill any creature you encounter." Immediately afterwards, Su Yi was like a general on the battlefield, directly giving the order to attack to the army of skeleton soldiers behind him. Soon, more than 20 rock turtles appeared in Su Ye's sight. Brush. 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 In the blink of an eye, hundreds of skeleton soldiers teleported to more than 20 rock turtles, and then they were hacked to death. There are more skeleton soldiers. Under normal circumstances, there is no need to self-destruct. But if you encounter a difficult opponent and tens of thousands of skeleton soldiers explode, coupled with the effect of the forced first blood entry, it will definitely be the opponent's nightmare. Looking at the more than 20 rock turtles hacked to death with random knives, Su Yi smiled playfully, and then led the army of skeleton soldiers to move forward. As for the system prompts that sounded in his mind one after another, Su Yi didn't pay attention at this time. Half an hour later. Time is too short. Only more than 200,000 first-level sect-level beasts were killed. But the rest won't run away, we'll keep them for tomorrow to continue killing. Thinking of this, Su Yi left the battle secret realm directly. Su Yi. Why did you come out so quickly? Looking at Su Yi, who was teleported, Zhang Yuan asked with some confusion. Sir Zhang Yuan. It's time for me. Hearing this, Su Yi was stunned for a moment, and then explained. Su Yi. It's already 3 o'clock in the morning, which means that the hour you just spent is today's time. But you still had 47 minutes of the Alien Beast Challenge left yesterday, which was useless. So, if you still want to continue challenging the alien beasts, you can continue. Looking at Su Yi, Zhang Yuan told the situation. It's the next day? And then I have 47 minutes left? Hearing Zhang Yuan's words, Su Yi turned around and walked towards the entrance of the secret realm without any hesitation. 8 o'clock in the morning. When all the students started today's training at the training ground, Ding Kai came to the second underground floor. Zhang Yuan. Did Su Yi go to the zone level, secret battle realm? After finding Zhang Yuan, Ding Kai asked directly. Go. He has broken through the bottleneck and reached the first level martial arts realm. Upon hearing Ding Kai's question, Zhang Yuan immediately put down the materials in his hands and answered quickly. Why? After hearing the news, Ding Kai directly covered his forehead with his right hand and sighed. It's over, those 400,000 sect level beasts are all gone. Then Ding Kai checked the situation in the zone level battle secret area on his computer. Of the 400,000 sect level exotic beasts, there is one left? What does this mean? What about me? Ding Kai immediately smiled bitterly when he saw on the computer that there was a living zone realm beast in the secret battle realm. Call. Taking a deep breath, Ding Kai walked directly towards the elevator, and at the same time thought to himself, I'm not coming. I'll never come to check the situation in the battle secret area again. Anyway, the result will be the same whether I look or not. Afternoon, 2 o'clock. Cool. It was such a great sleep. At this time, Su Yi sat up from the bed, and then stretched beautifully. View the character attributes panel. Immediately afterwards, Su Yi issued an order to the system, because after killing all the alien beasts in the early morning, he went back to sleep without checking the current strength status. Name, Su Yi. Talent, Summoning, current upper limit, 2100. Ability, Great Summoning, can be used 3 times today. Weapons, Skeleton Soldiers, Self-Destruction, Forced First Blood, Teleportation, 1 entry can be added. Chi and Blood, 2109.8. Realm, Level 2 Martial Arts Master. Physical Control, Entering the House, 6.335%. Martial Skills, Overlapping Wave Palm, Confused Wind Step, 7-star Confused Tracking Step, Red Flame Thunder Tiger Fist, Desheng /50.7%. Spiritual Power, 2007.6. Realm, Level 2 Spiritual Sect. Soul Control, Entering the Hall, 5.236%. Items, Divine Alliance Coin *53.7 million, Pure Gold Stone *208, Heavenly Marrow Liquid *118 drops, God of War Skeleton Summoning Card *10, Talent Source Stone Fragments *66. After breaking through to the sect realm, every time you advance to a small realm, your energy, blood or mental power will need to increase by 1000. The reward for killing creatures is still 0.x, so I need to kill more creatures. Besides, both body control and soul control have broken through to the stage of entering the palace, but the base number of rewards has changed from 0.0x to 0.00x. According to this calculation, if the breakthrough reaches the stage of slight success, I am afraid it will become 0.000x. We can only said, the further you go, the more difficult it becomes to improve. And there is only one solution, and that is to kill more creatures. After checking the character attribute panel, Su Yi clearly understood the problems he needed to face. However, he did not have much reaction to these problems. After all, his summoning limit had also been increased, and he also had with the great summoning technique, as long as there are enough creatures for him to kill, all problems will be non-issues. System. Add the entry, sacrifice oneself to save others. Afterwards, Su Yi issued orders to the system. Ding. Added entry successfully. As the system beeped, Su Yi directly summoned 5 skeleton soldiers and had them hide in the closet, because no matter where his skeleton soldiers were, as long as there were skeleton soldiers he summoned in the outside world, they could be there for him. Take the damage. Alright. Now we have the entry, sacrificing oneself to save others, and 10 martial god level skeleton summoning cards as life-saving trump cards. I don't have to keep such a low profile anymore. Thinking of this, Su Yi left the room and walked straight to the elevator. The underground floor is the training ground. F***K. Didn't you say that Brother Yi was out? Why did you come back in just one day? I'm numb. Yesterday was the happiest day for me since I didn't have any actual combat with skeleton soldiers. But now, the happiness is gone. The recovery elixir and the healing elixir are ready. Today is another death-defying day. When the 47 students saw Suyi walking out of the elevator, they all trembled with fright, and their eyes were full of fear. Chapter 44. Thousands of skeleton soldiers occupied the underground level. Why? They are not afraid of strong training intensity. They are not afraid of the terrible punishment of strong electric shock. But facing Suyi, they were really scared. At this time, noticing everyone's reaction, Ding Kai also laughed helplessly. After all, under normal circumstances, the person all students are really afraid of should be him. Major Ding. Their actual combat effects don't seem to be very good. Or continue to do it for me? Noticing that when everyone was fighting against the actual combat instructors, they were far less desperate than when fighting against the skeleton soldiers. Suyi was ready to take over the actual combat training. After all, this was what he had promised Ding Kai before. All combat instructors step aside. Next. Leave the actual combat training to Suyi. After hearing Suyi's words, Ding Kai directly issued orders to all the actual combat instructors. After the 47 students heard this, their bodies all tensed up, and their expressions became extremely solemn, because they knew that the following actual combat training was no longer training, but real actual combat. If they go all out, their end will be tragic. Everyone. In the previous actual battle, you fought against a skeleton soldier of the same level, plus a self-destructing skeleton soldier who was a level lower than you. But this time, I'm going to change to a practical mode. And this new actual combat mode, I believe you will like it very much. At this time, Suyi looked at the 47 students and said with a wicked smile. F***K. Brother Yi smiled. Life or death was so unpredictable, I got a little panicked. Don't panic when something happens. Take out the old tattered clothes and put them on first, otherwise, you will waste another set of clothes. New model, new experience. I don't know when these happy days will end. After hearing Suyi's words, the 47 students immediately exploded, but they only dared to discuss in a low voice. Aside. New combat mode. Suyi is really good at keeping things organized. At this time, Ding Kai on the side also looked towards Suyi, and he was also full of curiosity about this new actual combat mode. From now on, you are a whole. And next. You will face endless attacks from my skeleton army. Whether you choose to fight alone or as a team is up to you. Alright. Now the actual combat training begins. At this moment, Suyi's voice rang out again, and at the same time, skeleton soldiers holding bone knives began to appear in front of everyone. 100. 300. 500. 1000. Soon, an army of 1,000 7th-level warrior realm skeleton soldiers appeared in front of everyone. A skeleton soldier in the 7th-level warrior realm? What's the use of having more of them? It's so easy to handle. Scared me to death. I thought this new combat mode would be very scary, but I didn't expect that I was overthinking it. Endless attacks. This actual battle is definitely not as simple as it seems. Seeing the neat army of 1,000 skeleton soldiers in the distance, many students also had their own thoughts. Kill. At this moment, as Suyi gave the order, 1,000 skeleton soldiers marched in neat steps and launched an attack on the 47 students on the opposite side. Kill. Disrupt their formation. Otherwise, we will also be in a lot of trouble. At this time, Luo Tianchen stood up and directly acted as the team leader and began to issue combat orders to everyone. Soon, the two sides fought fiercely together. But because of the huge gap in strength, the skeleton soldiers did not cause any harm to the students, but instead they were constantly being slaughtered crazily by the students. Suyi. The strength of these skeleton soldiers is too low. It's useless even if there are many of them. I feel that you should summon some strong skeleton soldiers to bring some pressure and crisis to them. After watching for a while, Ding Kai looked at Suyi and gave his opinion. Major Ding. What about this? Hearing Ding Kai's suggestion, Su Yi grinned and then summoned again. 1,000. 2,000. 3,000. Soon, the 500 square meter underground floor was occupied by densely packed skeleton soldiers. Silly. Looking at the endless skeleton soldiers all around, whether it was Ding Kai, all the staff or the 47 students who were fighting, at this moment, they were all stunned on the spot. No wonder. No wonder Su Yi killed the strange beast so fast. Turn out to be. His summoning limit is far beyond my imagination. Even. It's completely beyond my knowledge. At this time, Ding Kai, who had regained consciousness, finally realized one thing, that is, Su Yi had been hiding his strength. Ah! At this moment, a student was cut on the arm by a skeleton soldier, and he immediately let out a scream. After hearing the scream, the other students came to their senses, and then started talking to the surrounding skeleton soldiers again. Fighting together. Su Yi. Facing so many 7th level warrior realm skeleton soldiers. They have no chance of winning. So. I don't think such actual combat training is of much significance to them. At this time, Ding Kai looked at Su Yi aside and expressed his thoughts. Major Ding. Did I say that the ultimate goal of this actual combat training is to kill all the skeleton soldiers? After hearing Ding Kai's words, Su Yi asked directly. What do you mean? Looking at Su Yi, Ding Kai said with some doubts. Run away. Facing an invincible enemy, if you don't run away quickly, you'll be waiting for yourself. Looking at Ding Kai, Su Yi explained with a smile. Escape? How can you still play like this? Hearing Su Yi's explanation, Ding Kai was immediately shocked because he had not thought of this. Teamwork. Fight your way out. This is the real purpose of this practical training. It's time to say it or not. Su Yi is really good at playing. At this time, Ding Kai, who understood, couldn't help but praise Su Yi in his heart. Half an hour later. I thought I could easily handle a skeleton soldier of this strength. Who would have thought that it would be me who was taken advantage of in the end? Thousands of skeleton soldiers. Brother Yi, he is simply not a human being, he is so perverted. At this time, when Su Yi took back the remaining 2,000 skeleton soldiers, many students who were injured and exhausted began to complain crazily in their hearts. Brother Yi. This new combat mode doesn't seem to be of much help to us. At this time, Luo Tianchen stood up with strength, then looked at Su Yi and expressed his thoughts. Chapter 45 Su Yi, do you dare to fight with me? What's the reason? Hearing Luo Tianchen's words, Su Yi asked with a smile. First, the strength of these skeleton soldiers is much lower than ours. Fighting with them will not improve our combat experience and combat consciousness at all. Moreover, we will not be able to find our own shortcomings in the battle. Second, facing these skeleton soldiers whose strength is lower than ours, we simply cannot enter the extreme fighting state, and this will cause us to be unable to break through our own limits. Third, there are too many skeleton soldiers. We will only kill until we are numb, exhausted, and desperate. This will only affect our state of mind. Looking at Su Yi, Luo Tianchen directly told some issues about this actual training. Why don't you run away? Escape? Hearing Su Yi's words, Luo Tianchen was immediately stunned. Since we know that such a battle is meaningless to you, and it will also affect your state of mind, then why don't you run away? Why don't we cooperate with each other and find a way out for ourselves? Looking at Luo Tianchen, Su Yi asked again. This actual combat training is not for us to fight to the end. But I want us to cooperate with each other. And then fight a way out? After hearing Su Yi's words, the 47 students understood the true purpose of this practical training. Run. 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 Why didn't I think of that? Others' actual combat training relies on strength. Our actual combat training not only relies on strength, but also requires the use of brains. It's too difficult, destroy it. Soon, everyone was whispering about their feelings at this time. Take an hour's rest. Then do another actual combat training. At this moment, Su Ye's voice rang. Stable. If you know how to escape this time, it will be much easier. Get it right. I have to take down all those damn skeleton soldiers this time. Brother Yi is playing with flowers. I'm afraid the next actual combat training will be more difficult. After hearing Su Ye's words, everyone also had some thoughts of their own. Su Yi. Do you dare to have a fight with me? At this moment, Ding Kai's voice rang from the side. Have a fight with you? Do you want to know my true strength? Hearing Ding Kai's proposal, Su Yi grinned, and then said directly, Major Ding, it's okay to have a fight, but do you need to add some bonuses? Add a bonus? Is this guy so confident? Hearing Su Ye's words, Ding Kai also became interested, and then asked directly, what kind of bonus do you want to add? 10,000 sect level first level exotic beasts. At this time, Su Yi was not as open as a lion, not because he didn't want more, but because he was simply afraid that Ding Kai wouldn't be able to give it. Strange beast. I knew this boy's prize would be a strange beast. But 10,000 sect level first level exotic beasts are still within my range. Thinking of this, Ding Kai agreed, and then took Su Yi to the third underground floor. Su Yi. This floor, whether it's the floor or the walls, are all made of special materials. Even I can't cause damage to them, so you don't have to have any scruples here. After arriving at the third underground floor, Ding Kai explained the situation to Su Yi. Major Ding. Then how do you want to fight? After hearing Ding Kai's words, Su Yi started asking. You decide. Looking at Su Yi, Ding Kai said slightly excitedly. Let me decide how to discuss it. Then he is not useless? Hearing Ding Kai's words, Su Yi was not polite and said directly, Major Ding, then you and my skeleton soldiers will fight to see who can survive to the end. Good. Ding Kai immediately agreed to the method proposed by Su Yi, and then, with a few jumps, he distanced himself from Su Yi. Although I'm not prepared to keep a low profile. But you still have to leave yourself some trump cards. In this case, I won't use the great summoning technique for now. As for strength, just show the strength of the first level Lingwu sect, otherwise I'm really afraid of scaring him with the second level Lingwu sect. Thinking of this, Su Yi started summoning directly. 100. 300. 500. 2,000. Soon, 2,000 skeleton soldiers with first level Wuzong realm strength appeared in front of Ding Kai. Stare. When Ding Kai saw a circle of yellow light flashing under the feet of all the skeleton soldiers, his eyes almost popped out of his head in shock. Thousands of skeleton soldiers. Unparalleled first-level Wuzong realm strength. This is too outrageous. Is this kind of abnormal talent really something people can have? Looking at the army of skeleton soldiers that looked like a sea of white bones in front of him, Ding Kai was really frightened, because he originally thought that Su Yi could only summon such a huge number by summoning low-level skeleton soldiers. But now, only then did he realize how ridiculous his previous thoughts were. 3 minutes. At this time, Su Yi suddenly raised 3 fingers. Su Yi. What 3 minutes? Hearing Su Ye's words, Ding Kai asked doubtfully. Within 3 minutes. End the fight. Looking at Ding Kai, who was full of doubts, Su Yi explained directly. 9th level Martial Emperor. And you said you'd kill me in 3 minutes? Playing. If you treat me like cabbage, just tear it apart. Hearing Su Ye's arrogant words, Ding Kai also lost his temper, and then he raised his fingers and shouted, Come on, let me see how you can end the battle in 3 minutes. Brush. As Ding Kai finished speaking, 2,000 skeleton soldiers teleported neatly around him, directly surrounding him. Burst. Immediately afterwards, Su Yi gave the order to self-destruct. Boom. With a loud noise, a huge mushroom cloud appeared in front of Su Ye's eyes. At the same time, the 2,000 skeleton soldiers summoned by Su Yesen also appeared behind him. On the other side, in the mushroom cloud. Impossible. This is absolutely impossible. How could those skeleton soldiers who only have the strength of the first-level Wuzong realm hurt me? Feeling the damage to his body, Ding Kai's eyes were full of disbelief. You must know that he had just protected his body with blood. Normally, he should be unscathed. At this moment, Ding Kai suddenly noticed something, and then looked around. Soon, countless skulls with black soul fire burning in their eyes appeared in front of him. Burst. At this moment, Su Ye's voice sounded from a distance. Damn it! Are you going to blow me up alive? Thinking of this, Ding Kai was swallowed up by the mushroom cloud again. Explode! 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 Immediately afterwards, a series of roaring sounds were heard one after another from the 3 underground floors. Chapter 46. You blasted me with thousands of skeleton soldiers. Then asked me if I was okay? 1 minute later. An extremely embarrassed figure rushed out of the mushroom cloud, and at the same time, it was more than 20 meters away from Su Yi. Want to run? It's not that easy. Realizing that Ding Kai wanted to survive the remaining 2 minutes by avoiding the skeleton soldiers, Su Yi smiled playfully and directly let the 2,000 skeleton soldiers behind him use his teleportation ability. Although when the teleportation entry was first added, the teleportation distance was only 10 meters, but as his strength increased, the teleportation distance has also increased to 50 meters. The other side. Damn it! These skeleton soldiers can cause harm to me, but I can't bear it. The quantity is large, I can bear it. But they can also teleport and self-destruct. Why do you want me to play with this? Looking at the 2,000 newly summoned skeleton soldiers behind Su Yi, Ding Kai's mentality almost exploded. Disappeared? Those 2,000 skeleton soldiers disappeared? At this moment, Ding Kai noticed that the 2,000 skeleton soldiers behind Su Yi had disappeared. This made him feel bad. However, before he could react, the 2,000 skeleton soldiers disappeared. Skeleton soldiers appeared around him and surrounded him again. Boom! Immediately afterwards, the familiar mushroom cloud swallowed him up again. Groove! I am the 9th level martial emperor. In the end, I was chased and bombed by skeleton soldiers from the Wuzong realm. This is so frustrating. At this time, Ding Kai, who rushed out of the mushroom cloud, started to curse in his heart. However, he still had to run away, otherwise, if the explosion continued like this, he really couldn't withstand these 3 minutes. That's right. Ding Kai no longer thinks about winning, as long as he can withstand these 3 minutes, that's all. Did you run more than 100 meters? Are you so cowardly? Seeing Ding Kai flee directly 100 meters away, Su Ye's face was instantly covered with black lines. There's nothing we can do. You can only use the Great Summoning Technique. However, the base number of 600 is enough. After all, 6,000 skeleton soldiers are enough to occupy the entire 3 underground floors. Thinking of this, Su Yi directly used the Great Summoning Technique. However, he only summoned 600 skeleton soldiers, but under the influence of the Great Summoning Technique, the 600 became 6,000. Why doesn't Su Yi continue to summon? Is the summoning not working, or? Just as Ding Kai was thinking about this problem, white circles began to appear one after another on the ground. Soon, the white circles completely covered the entire underground level. Next, white skeleton soldiers holding bone knives emerged from countless white circles of light. Thousands. Even if it is a skeleton summoned creature of the same realm, Su Yi could actually summon thousands of them in one go. Never mind. No more struggling. Looking at the 3 underground floors that were gradually occupied by skeleton soldiers, Ding Kai gave up his struggle, and a wry smile appeared on his face. Burst. At this moment, Su Ye's voice sounded from a distance. Boom. With a loud noise, a mushroom cloud swept across the entire space and bloomed brilliantly in the 3 underground floors. And this time, Su Yi, who had already hid in the elevator, also closed the elevator door to block the aftermath of the explosion. 1 minute later, when the 3 underground floors returned to calm, Su Yi walked out of the elevator. Su Yi. Stop summoning. I surrender. At this time, Ding Kai, who was looking a little pale, shouted anxiously when he saw Su Yi raising his hand to summon the skeleton soldiers again. Major Ding. Are you okay? Hearing Ding Kai admit defeat, Su Yi grinned, then came to Ding Kai and asked with concern. You blast me with thousands of skeleton soldiers. Then asked me if I was okay? Seeing the concerned look on Su Ye's face, Ding Kai really wanted to punch him and then ask, does it hurt? Ground floor. Su Yi. You just fought with me, did you retain your strength? Back at the training ground, Ding Kai asked casually while grilling skewers. No strength reserved. In the battle just now, I tried my best. After hearing Ding Kai's words, Su Yi replied seriously. Real? Looking at Su Yi, Ding Kai confirmed with some disbelief. Real. It really can't be truer. Major Ding. Why don't you believe me yet? There should be more trust between people. Seeing Ding Kai staring at him with suspicion, Su Yi also explained with a guilty conscience. Strong. Great talent. As a result, during the 3 years of high school, I have been stuck at the bottom of the list. How can I trust you, a god like you? Thinking of some of Su Ye's personal information and seeing Su Ye's erratic eyes, Ding Kai can guarantee that Su Yi still retains the strength from the battle just now. Never mind. Since this guy won't tell me, then I won't continue to ask. After all, his current status level is much higher than mine. Thinking of this, Ding Kai concentrated on grilling the kebabs and stopped discussing this issue. An hour later. Break over. Start actual combat training now. After looking at the time, Su Yi stood up and shouted to the 47 students. Here we go. Let's see how I deal with those nasty skeleton soldiers this time. Calculate the escape route to the elevator first. Kill him directly in a moment. A little nervous. I always feel like Brother Yi will do something. At this time, after hearing Su Ye's words, the 47 students also stood up and prepared for battle. Soon, white circles of light began to appear on the ground, and at the same time, skeleton soldiers holding bone knives slowly emerged from the circles. F***K. It's not the skeleton soldiers of the 7th level warrior realm, but the skeleton soldiers of the 9th level warrior realm. Sure enough, the difficulty has been raised. Brother Yi is still the same dog as always. It's fatal. How the hell are you going to fight like this? At this time, when everyone saw that the skeleton soldiers that emerged were 9th level warrior realm skeleton soldiers, they were all dumbfounded because they really did not expect that Su Yi would actually increase the difficulty of actual combat training. Ah! At this moment, as a student screamed, everyone came back to their senses, and then began to fight with the skeleton soldiers. Bite! At this time, there was a sudden sound from the elevator, and when the elevator door opened, Li Ming's figure was revealed from inside. The sound of fighting. Screams. There is also an endless sea of white bones as far as the eye can see. What is going on here? At this time, looking at the countless skeleton soldiers in front of him, Li Ming was completely confused. He even suspected that he had come to the wrong place. Chapter 47 Critical Attack, 20,000 Skeleton Soldiers. Li Ming was tricked. Pung! At this moment, Ding Kai, who was covered in cyan blood, was like a meat tank, directly breaking through the obstacles of countless skeleton soldiers, and successfully arrived in front of the elevator. Ding Kai! What's going on? What are you doing? Seeing Ding Kai rushing out from among countless skeleton soldiers, Li Ming quickly asked. Practical training. After hearing Li Ming's inquiry, Ding Kai replied casually. 47 students fight against countless skeleton soldiers. You call this actual combat training? Are you crazy, or is the world crazy? Hearing Ding Kai's answer, Li Ming couldn't believe his ears for a moment. Ding Kai. Isn't this training intensity a bit too much? To know. They are just children who have not yet taken the college entrance examination. After regaining consciousness, Li Ming looked at Ding Kai with a serious face and asked this question. What are you telling me for? I'm not responsible for actual combat training. Right. I haven't asked you yet, what are you doing here? Looking at Li Ming, Ding Kai asked curiously. You. The general manager of the training camp. Not responsible for the actual training of students? Hearing Ding Kai's answer, Li Ming was stunned for a moment, and then asked directly, who is in charge? Su Yi. What? Is there a problem? Ding Kai looked at Li Ming with a half-smile and said loudly. Are students responsible for the actual training of students? Can you still make some nonsense? Hearing this answer, Li Ming was immediately shocked, because he had been responsible for the security of provincial genius training camps for 5 years, but he had never heard of any training camp where one student dared to be responsible for the rest. Practical training for all students. Ding Kai. I admit that Su Yi is very strong. But he is a child after all. Isn't this decision too hasty to let him be responsible for the actual combat training of the other students? Looking at Ding Kai, Li Ming expressed his worries. Li Ming. Don't worry about what's going on in our training camp. Besides, this matter is approved by the university. All right. Tell me quickly, what are you doing here this time? Not wanting to talk nonsense to Li Ming, Ding Kai asked directly. Send the beast. 200,000 sect level first level exotic beasts. For Su Yi. Hurry up and arrange for someone to take it over. After learning that it was the senior colonel's decision, Li Ming stopped talking about the issue and then revealed the purpose of his visit. Sending a beast for no reason? What? Your military region has no place to spend its money? Looking at Li Ming, Ding Kai asked in surprise. What do you mean our military region has nowhere to spend its money? I'm telling you. Su Yi and I spent the whole day catching a semi-foreign man yesterday. And these strange beasts were obtained by him in exchange for the merit points he obtained. Send someone quickly to receive it. Hearing Ding Kai's words, Li Ming urged with a dark look on his face. A few minutes later. Ding Kai. Since you don't need to be responsible for anything, then what are you doing in the training camp every day? When Ding Kai arranged for someone to pick up the strange beast, Li Ming asked curiously. Eat with me. Drink with me. Chat with me. My current mission is to serve Su Yi well. Looking at Su Yi in the distance, Ding Kai said with a somewhat embarrassed expression. Outside the base, I eat, poop, and lie down in trees every day to protect you, me, and him. And you. But in the base, eating, drinking, and chatting with each other every day? We are all human. Why do you have such a good time every day? After learning that Ding Kai was living such a magical life in the base, and then thinking about his miserable life outside, Li Ming's mentality immediately exploded. Major Li. Why are you here? At this moment, Su Ye's voice rang from not far away. Right. Li Ming and I have such a good relationship. Shouldn't we share the blessings together and fight against the frauds together? Looking at Su Yi approaching, Ding Kai suddenly had an idea in his mind, and then shouted to Su Yi, Su Yi. Major Li said that it's not interesting to stay outside, so he wanted to come to you to have a discussion. I'm here to send the beast off. Why do you have to have a sparring match with Su Yi? Besides, no matter what my strength is, or what his strength is, if I compete with him, wouldn't that be bullying? Upon hearing this, Li Ming quickly elbowed Ding Kai to signal him to stop messing around. Discussion? Is there any jackpot? Su Yi was instantly excited when he learned that Li Ming was going to compete with him. After all, 10,000 strange beasts were also beasts. There's a lottery. As long as you win, Major Li will give you 10,000 first-level sect-level beasts. Besides, the way we compete is the same as it was back then. He will only deal with your skeleton soldiers, not you. Seeing Su Ye's interest, Ding Kai immediately helped Li Ming arrange everything. Who I am? Where am I? What am I doing? Seeing Su Yi and Ding Kai settle the matter directly, Li Ming on the side was immediately confused. Then, Su Yi and Ding Kai took the confused Li Ming to the third underground floor. You guys fight. I'll wait for you on the first floor. After saying that, Ding Kai took the elevator to the first floor and dropped the two of them on the third underground floor. Su Yi. You really want to fight me? To know. I have the strength of the 9th level Martial King realm. After Ding Kai left, Li Ming looked at Su Yi and asked. After all, he really didn't want to bully the other party. Beat. After Su Yi finished speaking, he started summoning directly. Ding. Trigger a lucky critical hit, and the number of summons will be critical hit 10 times. At this moment, the system's beep sounded in Su Ye's mind. A critical hit? 2,000 skeletons mutinied into 20,000? Su Yi was stunned when he heard the system prompt sound in his mind. And this time, countless white circles began to appear, and at the same time, countless skeleton soldiers also emerged from the white circles. Soon, the third underground floor was once again occupied by skeleton soldiers. But the difference from before is that because there are so many, in addition to the 6,000 to 7,000 skeleton soldiers standing on the ground, there are 2 more layers of skeleton soldiers standing on their shoulders. It can be said. At this time, basically all the space on the third underground floor was occupied by skeleton soldiers. The other side. Crazy. Is the ground no longer able to meet the needs of the skeleton army? How many of them were summoned? Seeing that there were so many skeleton soldiers around him that they were stacked up like arhats, Li Ming was immediately dumbfounded. Major Li. My skeleton soldiers will explode. Be prepared. At this time, Su Yi had already arrived in front of the elevator, and after giving a reminder, he walked directly into the elevator. Burst. As the elevator door began to slowly close, Su Yi also gave orders to all the skeleton soldiers. Chapter 48 Go out and kill the semi-foreign people to verify the special reward guess. Boom. When the elevator door was completely closed, a loud bang instantly echoed through the entire 3 underground floors. 3 minutes. It took a full 3 minutes for the aftermath of the explosion caused by the self-destruction of 20,000 skeleton soldiers to completely dissipate. Bite. As the elevator door opened, Su Yi returned to the third underground floor. Major Li. Are you okay? When Su Yi saw Li Ming, who was wearing a beggar's outfit, an afro, and trembling all over, he quickly ran over and asked. I was so blown away. You asked me if I was okay? Hearing Su Ye's caring inquiry, Li Ming felt so aggrieved that he wanted to cry. He doesn't understand. He obviously came here to give a beast away. Why did it become like this all of a sudden? After a while. F***K. It's just a discussion. You're still giving yourself the whole look? Li Ming. You still know how to play. Ding Kai was also startled when he saw Li Ming walking out of the elevator, and then started teasing him with a smile. The whole look of Shanima? The reason why I became like this. Isn't it all your fault? Hearing Ding Kai's teasing, Li Ming glared away. If looks could kill, he would kill him 10,000 times. Major Ding. I just had a discussion with Major Li, which caused the skeleton soldiers on the student side to disappear. So, I have to go back and summon a new batch of them, so I won't be here to accompany you. At this time, Su Yi told the situation and then walked towards the elevator. Major Li. Don't forget the winnings. Just when the elevator door was about to close, Su Ye's voice came from inside. Send a beast. Explode one by one. Then he lost 10,000 first-level sect-level exotic beasts. Who the hell are you looking for to reason with? Hearing Su Ye's reminder, Li Ming smiled bitterly. Li Ming. What's wrong with you? It's just thousands of skeleton soldiers. How could they be blown up like this? When the elevator door was completely closed, Ding Kai asked with confusion. What, thousands of skeleton soldiers? So aren't there tens of thousands of skeleton soldiers? Hearing Ding Kai's words, Li Ming noticed something abnormal, and then asked directly, Ding Kai, you tricked me so skillfully, you must have been bombed before, and when you were bombed before, how many skeleton soldiers did Su Yi summon? Not cleared. I really don't know the specific amount. But one thing I can be sure of is that the skeleton soldiers he summoned will definitely fill the 3 underground floors. After hearing Li Ming's words, Ding Kai thought for a while and then gave an answer. Have you stacked Arhat? Looking at Ding Kai, Li Ming continued to ask. Stacking Arhat? What kind of Arhat are you folding? Ding Kai was also a little confused when he heard Li Ming's strange question. Have no idea? Ding Kai, that be ********D, doesn't even know. Seeing Ding Kai's confused look, Li Ming's mentality immediately exploded. Ding Kai. I'm telling you. The skeleton soldiers that exploded not only filled up the 3 underground floors. There are also 2 layers of Arhat. Can you imagine that all the space on the 3 underground floors is occupied by skeleton soldiers? Looking at Ding Kai, Li Ming said with a broken expression. Ha 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 ha. I knew that boy Su Yi didn't use all his strength when he was competing with me. And when I asked him about it afterwards, he was still pretending to me. I must have discovered it this time. After hearing Li Ming's words, Ding Kai was stunned for a moment, and then couldn't help laughing. I am describing my bombing environment here. But you are thinking about Su Ye's true strength? What to do? Open my wound and sprinkle some salt instead of applying medicine? Looking at Ding Kai, who was laughing, Li Ming was so angry that his whole body began to shake uncontrollably. 2 hours later. Su Yi. Is today's actual combat training over? Seeing Su Yi walking out of the elevator, Ding Kai asked with a smile. It's over. After saying that, Su Yi looked around, and then asked doubtfully, Major Ding, why are you alone? Where is Major Li? Let's go. He said he wanted to go out and find a quiet place where no one was around. We don't know what happened to him. After hearing this, Ding Kai explained aloud while suppressing a smile. Gone? I also wanted to ask, when will the exotic beasts I exchanged for my merit points be delivered to me? After hearing Ding Kai's words, Su Yi didn't say anything more and walked directly towards his room. Early the next morning. Tomorrow. The talent training camp from the neighboring province is coming soon. I'm really looking forward to it. After waking up in the morning, Su Yi was looking forward to tomorrow's genius showdown. But what should I do today? There's no point in continuing to go to the training ground to eat, drink and have fun. Thinking that today is another day of doing nothing, Su Yi scratched his head in sorrow. Right. I have now completed the bottleneck task. Then I can definitely go out and kill the semi-foreign people. In that case, not only can I get rewards, but I can also verify my guess about whether killing the semi-foreigners will get special rewards. Thinking of this, Su Yi quickly got dressed and left the room directly. On the underground floor, in the training ground. What? You want to go out and kill semi-foreigners again? Hearing Su Ye's idea, Ding Kai also felt a headache. After all, Su Ye's identity was different now, and he had also received attention from above, so he had to ensure the safety of the other party. Su Yi. Can you not go out? To know. Several batches of strange beasts were delivered during the day and night yesterday. If you are really bored, you can go kill the strange beasts. After thinking for a moment, Ding Kai still chose to persuade. Major Ding. But today I don't want to kill alien beasts, I just want to kill semi-aliens. Or you'd better let me out. After hearing Ding Kai's persuasion, Su Yi remained unmoved, because he really wanted to know whether killing half-humans would result in special rewards like fragments of the Source Stone. Why? Then you go find Major Li. Seeing that Su Yi had made up his mind, Ding Kai helplessly shook his head, and then waved him away. Let's talk to Li Ming first. After Su Yi left, Ding Kai took out his mobile phone and dialed Li Ming's number. Outside the base. What? Su Yi is going out to kill semi-foreign people? After answering the phone and hearing Ding Kai's words, Li Ming had a wry smile on his face. Bombed me yesterday. Annoy me today. This kid Su Yi must have been sent by God to torture me. After hanging up the phone, Li Ming started to complain crazily in his heart. However, complaining was a complaint, and he immediately rushed towards the base. After all, Su Ye's safety is above all else. Chapter 49. A large number of alien beasts invade, and the alien organization is a boy giving money. 3 minutes later. Tread. 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 As a burst of neat footsteps came from the distance, Li Ming immediately stopped. What's going on? Has the military sent someone again? Listening to the neat footsteps, Li Ming also muttered to himself in confusion. However, when the army of skeleton soldiers that looked like a sea of white bones appeared in his sight, he froze on the spot. Arrogant. So arrogant. What on earth does this boy Su Yi want to do? After regaining consciousness, Li Ming's eyes fell on Su Yi in front of the skeleton army. Major Ding. Finally found you. Arriving in front of Li Ming, Su Yi smiled and said hello. Su Yi. Why did you summon so many skeleton soldiers? After looking at the army of skeleton soldiers behind Su Yi, Li Ming asked. Kill the semi-alien. With this army of skeleton soldiers here, if I encounter a semi-alien, I will just explode. So. I am not tired, and their death is not painful. Upon hearing Li Ming's inquiry, Su Yi smiled and explained. Just explode if you encounter one? Will their death be less painful? What? When they are killed in a bombing, they have to say thank you to you. After learning Su Ye's thoughts, Li Ming didn't know what to say for a while. Su Yi. You'd better put away the army of skeleton soldiers first. When will the semi-alien come? You're summoning to explode. Thinking that so many skeleton soldiers would reveal their location, Li Ming gave an order to Su Yi. 2 hours later. Major Li. When will the semi-alien come? After lying on the tree for 2 hours, Su Yi finally couldn't help but ask. Have no idea. Every attack of the semi-foreigner is irregular. So. What we need to do is to observe the situation around us at all times. Once we find a semi-alien, we must immediately enter combat mode. Upon hearing Su Ye's inquiry, Ding Kai took a bite of wild fruit first, and then spoke out. Why? I should have known this was the case. Then I might as well eat skewers and drink beer in the base. After hearing Ding Kai's words, Su Yi sighed helplessly. Major Li. A large number of strange beasts appeared on Route 1, please support. Major Li. A large number of strange beasts appeared on Route 3, please support. At this moment, Li Ming's walkie-talkie suddenly rang, and after hearing that all 5 lines needed support, Li Ming's face became serious. Lots of exotic beasts? A large number of strange beasts appeared in all 5 routes? Is this strange organization a money-giving boy? When Su Yi on the side heard the news, his face showed an extremely excited look. After all, these beasts were all for nothing. Su Yi. You return to base immediately. Although I don't know how the alien organization evaded the intelligence department and brought a large number of alien beasts here. But these strange beasts will disrupt our deployment. So. The next battle is no longer suitable for you. At this moment, Li Ming's voice sounded from the side. Did you blow up Major Li's brain yesterday? Otherwise. Faced with this situation, how could he forget about me? Thinking of this, Su Yi looked at Li Ming. Major Li. Don't be so nervous. After all. I'm here. This strange beast is nothing at all. Looking at Li Ming, Su Yi said calmly. Yes. These strange beasts can be given to Su Yi. Hearing Su Ye's reminder, Li Ming reacted and quickly asked, Su Yi, how do you want to deal with these strange beasts? Send 2 to each route. Then lure all the strange beasts to the base. As for the rest, you don't have to worry about it. After hearing Li Ming's inquiry, Su Yi expressed his thoughts. Good. Then you return to base immediately. I'll have people lure all the strange beasts over to you. After saying that, Li Ming began to issue this order. After Su Yi heard this, he quickly ran towards the base. Ding ding ding. After Su Yi left, Li Ming's phone suddenly rang, and when he saw the word Qin Long on the caller ID, his expression changed instantly. Because of Qin Long. He is a powerful person in the Imperial realm. Li Ming. Do we need to take action? After the call was connected, a deep voice rang from the phone. Master Qin. The solution to the alien beast problem has been found. No need for you to take action. After hearing what the other party said, Li Ming answered respectfully. Good. As soon as the other party finished speaking, the call was immediately hung up. The other side. I originally wanted to kill some semi-foreign people today. Who would have thought? There's actually an unexpected gain. At this time, Su Yi had arrived outside the base, his face full of excitement. Boom. 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 At this moment, a burst of chaotic footsteps came from a distance. Coming. Then let's explode. Thinking of this, Su Yi directly cast the Great Summoning Technique. Soon, an army of 20,000 skeleton soldiers with second-level Wuzong realm strength appeared in front of Su Yi. And this time, Ding Kai, who had just walked out of the base, was deeply shocked when he saw the dense army of skeleton soldiers in front of him. After all, 2,000 and 20,000, the visual shock they bring to people is completely different. Wait a moment. A circle. 2 circles. Level 2 Wuzong realm. The strength of these skeleton soldiers is actually the second-level Wuzong realm. Damn it. Su Yi, this brat, actually hid his strength. When Ding Kai noticed that there were 2 yellow halos at the feet of all the skeleton soldiers, his eyes almost popped out of his head in shock. Major Ding. Why did you come out? At this moment, Su Yi also noticed Ding Kai walking out of the base, and then walked up to him and asked. Su Yi. You are not allowed to let the skeleton soldiers self-destruct for a while, and you are not allowed to use the ability to teleport. We can only let them fight the alien beasts normally. Do you understand? Ding Kai did not answer Su Ye's question, but reminded him with a serious face. Not allowed to self-destruct or teleport. What's going on? After hearing Ding Kai's reminder, Su Yi also showed a hint of doubt. Major Ding. Why? Looking at Ding Kai, Su Yi asked in confusion. Why? Don't you know how powerful and loud the self-destruction of your skeleton soldiers is? Once you have no control, the alien organization will definitely notice this place, and then you will be in danger. Looking at Su Yi, Ding Kai directly explained the reason. Chapter 50 Students from Shihai Provincial Talent Training Camp are here. Major Ding. I see. After listening to Ding Kai's words, Su Yi issued an order to all skeleton soldiers not to self-destruct or teleport. Boom. 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 At this moment, the earth began to tremble, and a group of strange beasts gradually appeared in the distance. Su Yi. Resist the hordes of alien beasts with all your strength. We will deal with the strange beasts that are at level 2 or above in the sect realm. Looking at the huge group of strange beasts appearing in the distance, Ding Kai's expression became serious. At the same time, nearly 100 mentors from the King and Emperor realms also walked out of the base. Good. After hearing Ding Kai's words, Su Yi waved his hand directly, and the 20,000 skeleton soldiers also began to take neat steps and rushed towards the group of alien beasts rushing from the opposite side. Kill. Seeing that the army of skeleton soldiers and the group of alien beasts were already fighting together, Ding Kai shouted and rushed out with nearly 100 mentors. F***K. Should the skeleton soldiers summoned by Su Yi be so powerful? facing alien beasts of the same realm, one by one with one sword? At this time, Ding Kai, who was in the air, noticed this situation and was suddenly shocked. Even if you don't blow yourself up. Even without teleportation. The skeleton soldiers summoned by Su Yi are definitely at the abnormal level. Thinking of this, Ding Kai no longer paid attention to the situation of the skeleton army, but looked for powerful alien beasts among the alien beasts. Far away. Su Yi was not idle at this time. As the skeleton soldiers continued to be killed by strange beasts, he also continued to replenish the number of skeleton soldiers, maintaining the number of the skeleton army at 20,000. At the same time, the system's reward notification sounds also sounded in Su Ye's mind one after another, but he didn't have time to check it now. 10 minutes. 30 minutes. An hour. As time goes by, the number of alien beasts also begins to decrease. 2 hours later. Nearly 1 million strange beasts were all killed. At this time, except for Su Yi, Ding Kai and nearly 100 mentors had already collapsed on the ground from exhaustion. View the character attributes panel. When the alien beast crisis was resolved, Su Yi immediately checked the character attributes panel. Name, Su Yi. Talent, Summoning, current upper limit, 2850. Ability, Great Summoning, can be used 9 times today. Unit type, Skeleton Soldier, Self-Destruction, Forced First Blood, Teleportation, Sacrificing oneself to save others. Chi and Blood, 2851.8. Realm, Level 2 Martial Arts Master. Physical Control, Entering the House, 9.657%. Martial Skills, Overlapping Wave Palm, Confused Wind Step, 7-star Confused Tracking Step, Red Flame Thunder Tiger Fist, Desheng /70.6%. Mental Power, 2685.3. Realm, Level 2 Spiritual Sect. Soul Control, Entering the Hall, 7.783%. Items, Divine Alliance Coin *57.5 million, Pure Gold Stone *268, Heavenly Marrow Liquid *162 drops, God of War Skeleton Summoning Card *10, Talent Source Stone Fragments *66. Although there are many strange beasts, but the number of strange beasts in the Zhijing and Master's realms accounts for 70%. Overall, the harvest is average. After checking the improvement of strength in all aspects, Su Yi also made a summary of the gains this time. Li Ming is right. The purpose of the alien organization in getting these alien beasts is to disrupt their deployment. Thus we can find an opportunity and come directly to the base. At this time, Ding Kai's voice sounded from behind Su Yi. Boom! At this moment, a terrifying aftermath of the battle swept over from a distance. A strong man from a different organization has taken action. It seems. I want to explore the situation here. At this time, Ding Kai stood in front of Su Yi and directly blocked the frightening aftermath of the battle for him. Su Yi. Let's go. The rest is their military department's business. After blocking the aftermath of the battle, Ding Kai called Su Yi to walk towards the base. Inside the base, on the first floor. Major Ding. There's something I just can't figure out. Why do we expose the location of the base to foreign organizations? After sitting down in the rest area, Su Yi looked at Ding Kai and asked his doubts. Because we want to attract semi-foreign people. Then kill them and get the alien beast serum in their bodies. After taking a sip of tea, Ding Kai said calmly. Kill the semi-alien. Get the alien serum in their bodies? Hearing Ding Kai's answer, Su Yi was stunned because he had thought of many reasons, but never thought that the real reason was to obtain the alien serum from the semi-alien body. Major Ding. Why does the League of Gods want to get the alien beast serum in their bodies? Looking at Ding Kai, Su Yi continued to ask with a puzzled expression. Don't say it. Ding Kai did not choose to answer this question because it already involved some secrets of the League of Gods. Can't you say it? Interesting. The world is really becoming more and more interesting. Seeing that Ding Kai did not answer his question, Su Yi stopped asking, because he knew that he would know the answer to this question sooner or later. Right. The students from Shihai Province's Genius Training Camp will come to our base early tomorrow morning. And if you want to have fun at that time, don't play too hard and save some face for them. After all, the general director of their training camp has a good relationship with me. At this time, Ding Kai suddenly thought of something, and then looked at Su Yi and told Su Yi about the situation. Major Ding, don't worry. I'll keep some tomorrow. After hearing Ding Kai's words, Su Yi replied with a smile. Afternoon. The underground floor is the training ground. Strong strength. Terrible fighting instinct. These skeleton soldiers summoned by Su Yi are really too strong. Looking at the skeleton soldiers fighting with the students, Ding Kai couldn't help but praise in his heart. Ding ding ding. At this moment, Ding Kai's cell phone suddenly rang. Older? Why is he calling me? Out of curiosity, Ding Kai directly answered the phone. What? You guys will be there soon? Didn't you say you would arrive tomorrow morning? What? You missed me? So you want to have a drink with me tonight? Looking at the hung-up phone, Ding Kai was stunned for a while, and then shouted to many students, the actual combat training is temporarily suspended, everyone takes a rest immediately. Major Ding. What's wrong? After hearing this order from Ding Kai, Su Yi asked with confusion. The students from Shihai Province's Genius Training Camp will be arriving soon. I don't know why they came early. Upon hearing Su Ye's inquiry, Ding Kai explained aloud. As for Lao Yu's nonsense reason of saying he missed him, he didn't believe it at all. Came early? Do you want to find out our strength first? After hearing Ding Kai's words, Su Yi had a guess in his mind. Chapter 51. The ignored Su Yi. He is the big devil. The other side. On a small plain. Everyone, please listen to me. You only have one afternoon to find out their strength. Then, in tomorrow's competition, be a little more relaxed and don't win too much. After all, the general director of their training camp is my friend, so I have to save some face for him. Looking at the 50 students on the plane, Yu said with a serious face. Major Yu. You've told us this 800 times. Don't worry. We will definitely let go when the time comes, and we will never let them lose too ugly. At this time, a young man wiping a long stick looked directly at Yu and grinned. Yes. Major Yu, don't worry. We know what's going on. Immediately afterwards, a long-haired woman wearing a black combat uniform also said. Brush. 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 After the two expressed their opinions, everyone's eyes turned to a bald young man in the corner. Feel sorry. No matter what kind of opponent I am, I will never give in. This is respect for the opponent. Noticing that everyone's eyes were on him, Mengshan no longer remained silent and directly stated his attitude. Why? There's nothing wrong with that. But releasing water appropriately is also a kind of protection for others. Otherwise, if you directly torture someone to the point of doubting their life, it will also have a great impact on the other person's state of mind. After hearing what Mengshan said, Yu was also a little helpless. Half an hour later, the small plane landed safely, and Ding Kai was already waiting here. Lao Yu. Tell me about it. Why did you come here early? When Ding Kai brought everyone in Shihai Province back to the base, he looked at Yu and asked. Don't tell me anymore. Miss you. After all, we haven't seen each other for more than 3 years. Looking at Ding Kai, Yu said with a smile. You guy. Forget it if you don't say it. Come on, I'll take you for a walk at the training ground, just in time for the students to get to know each other. With that said, Ding Kai led everyone from Shihai Province to the underground level. And this time, the students who were fighting against each other all stopped when they saw the people in Shihai Province. Barbecue flavor? The people in Shihai province who came to the underground level suddenly smelled something, and then they all looked in the direction of Su Yi. Barbecue grill. Charcoal. Fresh meat skewers. Various condiments. Ice-cold drinks. After looking at the ingredients and tools, and then at Su Yi who was busy grilling skewers, everyone in Shihai province was immediately confused because they couldn't understand why those things appeared in this cruel training camp. And he actually allowed that person to grill skewers here. This is so outrageous. Ding Kai. This is a training ground, and you actually let people grill skewers here? Besides, won't this affect the students' training? After regaining consciousness, Yui looked at Ding Kai with an incomprehensible expression. It won't affect the students' training. After all, they're used to it. After hearing what Yui said, Ding Kai replied with a smile. Major Yu. Can I have a fight with that guy? At this moment, the young man with a long stick pointed at Luo Tianchen not far away and asked. Zhang Wei. Tomorrow is the day for the competition. Just be honest with me today, do you hear me? Looking at the young man with a long stick, Yui scolded him angrily. Good. But that man is very strong. I will be the first to challenge him tomorrow. Looking at Luo Tianchen not far away, Zhang Wei's eyes were full of fighting spirit. What did Zhang Wei say? That person is strong? How is this possible? Didn't Ding Kai say that his group of students are all very bad? Hearing Zhang Wei's words, a look of surprise flashed in Yuyi's eyes. All right. My place is big enough, let them train freely here. Let's go drink. At this moment, Ding Kai's voice rang from the side. Everyone. Free training. Zhang Wei, I leave this place to you. Don't cause any trouble to me, do you hear me? After hearing what Ding Kai said, Yui made arrangements directly. After a while. Zhang Wei. This Nanling province training camp seems not as weak as Major Yu said. Looking at Luo Tianchen, Pei Tianyi and Lin Chuan in the distance, Chu Lingyue, who was wearing a black combat uniform, said with a solemn expression. Yes. I thought tomorrow's competition would be very boring. But now it seems. I'm already looking forward to tomorrow's competition. After hearing Chu Lingyue's words, Zhang Wei said excitedly. And this time. Meng Shan, who had been silent all this time, kept glancing at Luo Tianchen, Pei Tianyi and Lin Chuan. It could be said that he had identified these three strong opponents. The other side. Those three guys should be the three strongest people in the Shihai province training camp. And it seems that the three of us are being targeted by them. Looking at the three people in the distance, Pei Tianyi said with a smile. They probably think the three of us are the strongest in the training camp. But what they don't know is, there is actually a big devil hiding in this training camp. After hearing Pei Tianyi's words, Lin Chuan looked towards Su Yi in the distance. Pei Tianyi, Lin Chuan. I suddenly had an idea. In the competition tomorrow, no matter whether we can beat those three guys or not, we will lose on purpose. So, you can have some fun for Brother Yi. How do you feel? Looking at the two of them, Luo Tianchen directly expressed his thoughts. Regardless of whether you can win or not, you have to lose on purpose? And then let Brother Yi play with the three of them? Hearing Luo Tianchen's idea, Pei Tianyi and Lin Chuan were stunned for a moment, then nodded in agreement with a smirk. Half an hour later. Brother. Why don't you go to training? Noticing that Su Yi was either grilling skewers or eating skewers, Zhang Wei couldn't hold back his curiosity and came to the other party to ask. Training is so tiring. Why do you need to train? Isn't it nice to eat and drink here? Hearing Zhang Wei's inquiry, Su Yi also answered seriously. Afraid of being tired? Then why are you coming to this training camp because you are afraid of being tired? Isn't it more comfortable to eat and drink at home than here? Hearing Su Ye's answer, Zhang Wei was immediately confused, because before coming here, he had guessed many reasons, but he never thought that the reason why the other party didn't want to train was because he was tired. Chapter 52 Crazy. You call this actual combat training? Brother. This is a provincial talent training camp after all. Aren't you afraid of being kicked out if you show off like this? Looking at Su Yi, Zhang Wei continued to ask curiously. Don't be afraid. I have someone. Thinking of Ding Kai, who ate with him every day, drank with him, and chatted with him when he had nothing to do, Su Yi answered with a proud look on his face. It turns out that this kid came in through the back door. No wonder he is so confident. Looking at Su Yi, who was still concentrating on grilling skewers, Zhang Wei didn't say anything more, but simply chose to leave. After all, he already knew everything he wanted to know, so it would be rude to continue to disturb him here. Brother. The skewers are ready. Would you like to eat a few skewers? At this time, Su Yi, who had finished grilling the meat skewers, turned around and asked, but there was no one around him. Finally someone came over to chat with me. The result is gone. Seeing Zhang Wei, who had returned to his team, Su Yi shook his head helplessly, and then looked at the students on his side. What are these guys doing? Without skeleton soldiers as sparring partners, they don't take actual combat training seriously? Seeing 47 students fighting against each other, but hitting the target every time they took action, this directly made Su Yi angry. After all, he was now in charge of the students' actual combat training. Luo Tianchen, Pei Tianyi, Lin Chuan. Where are you three tickling each other? Why don't you go all out? Don't say I didn't warn you. After today's practical training, whoever is not lucky will be dead the day after tomorrow. Looking at the three of them, Su Yi shouted directly. F***K. Can't mess around anymore. Brother Yi is mad. Hearing Su Ye's cry, the three of them were so frightened that they shivered, and then their eyes gradually became crazy, because they knew that if they didn't fight hard next, they would really be crippled the day after tomorrow. Got it. The other 44 students also stopped after hearing Su Ye's shout. At the same time, their eyes also changed, because they knew that the reminder just now also included them. Not far away. No. That's funny, buddy. He is just a pseudo-genius who came in through the back door. How dare he speak to those three guys like that? Zhang Wei, who also heard Su Ye's shout, showed a hint of surprise at this time. Boom. At this moment, strong waves of battle broke out from a distance. Because of what that boy said. He actually started fighting with all his strength? Are those students in Nanling province crazy? Seeing the 44 students in Nanling province, not only did they use martial arts and spiritual weapons, but they didn't even hit the target, but every move was aimed at hurting the opponent. This crazy style of fighting, Zhang Wei was immediately frightened. The other students from the Shihai province training camp saw that after the students from Nanling province were injured, instead of restraining their desire to attack, they became even crazier. This incredible scene left them speechless for a long time. Treat your companions as your enemies. Fight with all your strength, just to defeat the opponent. Don't be afraid of blood, don't be afraid of death. They completely treated this training as a real combat. In this respect, I am not as good as them. At this time, an assistant coach from the Shihai province training camp looked at the students on his side and said solemnly. More than. The combat experience and fighting instincts they displayed in such a battle are extremely terrifying. This is proof enough. This is not the first time they have engaged in such actual combat. And compared to them, our actual combat training is like a joke. Immediately afterwards, another teaching assistant also expressed his thoughts. After hearing the words of the two teaching assistants, all the students in the Shihai province training camp lowered their heads in shame. Although they didn't want to admit it, they really couldn't do that. And thinking of competing with these lunatics tomorrow, they felt inexplicably timid. Boom! At this moment, an even stronger aftermath of the battle struck from a distance. It's them. When Luo Tianchen, Pei Tianyi and Lin Chuan started the melee, Zhang Wei, Meng Shan and Chu Lingxue all looked over. Golden body protection. Giant Bear Shadow. The Power of Shadow. Soon, Luo Tianqian and the other three people all used their respective talents. It can be said that the intensity of the melee between the three of them was definitely several times that of the others. F***K. Have you used all your talents? This is just a practical training. Seeing this scene, the faces of Zhang Wei, Meng Shan and Chu Lingxue also became solemn. Strength. Not much difference. Talent. They have it too. However, they admit that their combat experience, fighting instincts and desperate efforts are far inferior to each other. 10 minutes later. Many people have exhausted their blood and mental strength, and their bodies are covered with scars, but they still hold on and do not fall down, because their respective opponents are still persisting. Fight. Soon, these students who had exhausted their blood and mental strength began the most primitive hand-to-hand combat. Release water? Faced with such an opponent, do we still need to let go? It's terrible. These students in Nanling province are all life-threatening lunatics. Competitions with other neighboring provinces are just competitions. But the competition in our neighboring provinces is a life-and-death competition. At this time, all the students from the Nanling province and Shihai province training camps were silent as they looked at the Nanling province students who were covered in blood but still fighting hand-to-hand. They did not understand how the students from the other training camp could achieve this level. Assistant Teacher Zhou. Do we have any hope of winning tomorrow? At this time, Zhang Wei came to an assistant coach and asked solemnly. Zhang Wei. Then do you think you can beat any of those three people? Upon hearing Zhang Wei's question, assistant coach Zhou did not answer. Instead, he pointed at Luo Tianqian, Pei Tianyi and Lin Chuan who were still fighting bloody battles and asked. Have no idea. Looking at the three people with red eyes in the distance, Zhang Wei shook his head. Why? I will talk to Major Yu about this. And when we go back, we will have to make adjustments to your actual combat training. Seeing Zhang Wei's appearance at this time, Assistant Professor Zhou shook his head helplessly, and said in his heart, it seems that Zhang Wei and the others are really well protected, and Nanling province has done very well in this regard. Success. The other side. Good. This is called actual combat. Seeing everyone's performance, Suyi nodded with satisfaction, and said to himself, everyone's performance was great today. Let's add 20 more drops of heavenly essence liquid to the bath tonight. And this time. What Suyi didn't know was that he had been targeted by many students from the training camp in Shihai province. Chapter 53 Su Ye's inhumanity makes Yu Yi's eyes turn purple with envy. What? The kebab boy came in through the back door, no wonder those students listened to him. Competition tomorrow. I want to challenge the skewers guy, no one can compete with me. I'll snatch it from you. If you don't accept it, let's have a fight. Whoever wins will challenge the kebab boy. When many students in the Shihai province training camp learned about Su Ye's situation, they all wanted to challenge Su Yi tomorrow. After all, compared to those crazy students, Su Yi was the most suitable challenger. Be timid before fighting. Shame on you. This time Shihai province has been embarrassed and humiliated. Hearing the quarrels among many students, the faces of the two assistant teachers instantly turned ugly. Without this exchange with neighboring provinces, they would not have discovered that these geniuses who had never suffered any setbacks could be so bad. 15 minutes later. When all the students in Nanling province collapsed to the ground exhausted, the staff in the base quickly stepped forward and distributed healing elixirs and recovery elixirs to everyone. When the two assistant coaches saw this scene, their expressions suddenly changed. After all, under normal circumstances, the training camp will not prepare a large amount of healing elixirs and recovery elixirs, but the training camp in Nanling province has sufficient preparations, and the staff are extremely skilled in distributing elixirs. This is enough to prove that they have long been accustomed to this situation. The other side. Sir Su Song. The actual combat training is over. If there's nothing else, I'll leave first. At this time, Su Yi said hello to Su Song, then took the elevator and went straight to the second underground floor. Second underground floor. Today's goal. Breakthrough to the third level of Lingwu sect. After arriving on the second underground floor, Su Yi set a small goal for himself. Su Yi. Currently, there are 600,000 first-level zone-level exotic beasts in the zone-level battle secret realm. You can go in and challenge at any time. Seeing Su Yi, Zhang Yuan directly explained the situation of the strange beast without any nonsense. Sir Zhang Yuan. Open the entrance to the battle secret realm, I will go in and challenge now. With that said, Su Yi walked towards the entrance of the secret realm. On the first floor, in the room. Lao Yu. Is there anyone in your training camp who challenges the title of Big Demon King? After chatting for a while, Ding Kai looked at Yu Yi and asked this question. Training camp has only started for 5 days. How could anyone challenge the title of Great Demon King? Looking at Ding Kai, Yu Yi shook his head directly and said, no one has challenged me yet, because the 3 strongest guys in our training camp are about the same strength, so I am afraid that they will not compete for the big spot until the end of the training camp. The title of Demon King. Lao Yu. Someone in our training camp has already challenged for the title of Big Devil. And challenge successful. Looking at Yu Yi, Ding Kai said proudly. Has anyone succeeded in the challenge? Could it be the young man Zhang Wei was talking about? That's right. It should be that person. After all, Ding Kai said that his group of students was very bad, and that young man was not weaker than Zhang Wei, so if he challenged a group of bad students, he would definitely be successful. After hearing Ding Kai's words, Yu Yi immediately thought of Luo Tianchen, who Zhang Wei had wanted to challenge before. Ding ding ding. At this moment, Yu Yi's phone suddenly rang. What? So perverted? Are they crazy? At this time, while Yu Yi was listening to the phone, he kept scanning Ding Kai aside with strange eyes. 2 minutes later. Yu Yi hung up the phone and then looked at Ding Kai. Ding Kai. Is the actual combat training in your training camp serious? Looking at Ding Kai, Yu Yi asked seriously. What if? Playing with the little guys? After hearing Yu Yi's words, Ding Kai asked directly. Ding Kai. You are cruel enough. You are really not afraid of anything happening. Groove. You big A****. After saying that, Yu Yi drank the wine in the glass directly. He was really shocked when he heard what the assistant said just now. Ruthless? Do I have Su Yihen? Afraid of something happening? Isn't there a senior college supporting it? Looking at Yu Yi, Ding Kai smiled in his heart. I'm not a tough guy, I'm a professional who eats, drinks, and chats with you. After dinner. When Luo Tianchen, Pei Tianyi and other 47 students walked towards the bathhouse, Ding Kai and Yu Yi just finished drinking and walked out of the room. Ding Kai. I can understand going to the bathhouse. But isn't it a bit too much for both men and women to enter the men's bathhouse? Yu Yi was immediately shocked and he saw that many female students followed the other male students into the bathhouse. Walk. Let me show you what inhumanity means. Seeing the shocked look on Yu Yi's face, Ding Kai couldn't help laughing, and then pulled him towards the bathhouse. Isn't that the kid who was grilling skewers in the training ground before? Entering the bathhouse, Yu Yi noticed Su Yi standing by the bathhouse. As for why he noticed him, it was because the other 47 students had already entered the bathhouse, and he was the only one standing outside. Attention! Today I will incorporate 40 drops of heavenly essence liquid. And how much you can absorb depends on your own abilities. At this time, Su Yi did not notice Ding Kai and Yu Yi who came in later, so after finishing speaking, he poured all the Tianmui liquid in the 4 vials into the bath. Tianmui liquid? What about 40 drops of heavenly marrow liquid? Crazy! When did Nanling province become so rich? Seeing Su Yi pouring 40 drops of heavenly essence liquid into the bath, Yu Yi was dumbfounded, and he finally understood what Ding Kai meant by the inhumanity of trenches. Ding Kai. Your provincial department is really willing to give up. After regaining consciousness, Yu Yi said with some envy. What province? Those heavenly marrow liquids belong to Suyi himself. And he also took the initiative to give it to other students. It has nothing to do with our provincial department. After hearing what Yue said, Ding Kai immediately explained. Your own? And he also took the initiative to give it to other students? So who is he? How could he be so rich? After learning this situation, a look of surprise flashed in Yue's eyes, because he knew very well how expensive 40 drops of Tianmui liquid were. After a while. Lao Yu. The competition will begin tomorrow. Should we make a bet? After walking out of the bathhouse, Ding Kai looked at Yue and proposed an idea. Oh. Bet? Tell me about it. After hearing Ding Kai's proposal, Yue also became interested. Chapter 54 The exchange competition begins. Students from Shihai province are rushing to be the first to take part. Bet on which of us will win tomorrow. If we lose in the training camp, I will give you 20 drops of heavenly marrow liquid. If we win the training camp, you give me 100,000 first-level sect-level beasts. How about it? Are you interested in this bet? Looking at Yue, Ding Kai asked with a smile. 20 drops of Tianmui liquid? 100,000 sect-level first-level exotic beasts. Hearing the bet proposed by Ding Kai, Yue did not immediately give an answer. Although the money involved in the bet was within his affordability, he just learned from his assistant that the people in this training camp, the students, are all life-threatening lunatics. At the same time, there are 3 students whose strength is not weaker than Zhang Wei, Meng Shan and Chu Lingyue. Taking these circumstances into account, their chances of winning the training camp are actually not great. No gambling. After thinking for a moment, Yue still rejected the bet. Don't you dare to gamble? Are you so cowardly? After hearing Yue's words, Ding Kai quickly thought of Suyi, and then said again, Old Yu, then I will change the bet, that is, one of the students in our training camp will challenge all your students. If we lose, well, I'll give you 20 drops of heavenly marrow liquid, and if we win, then you can give us 100,000 sect-level first-level exotic beasts. How about that? One student singled out all our students. Are your students crazy, or are you crazy? When Yue heard the new bet proposed by Ding Kai, he agreed without any hesitation. After all, if he didn't dare to accept it, he would probably be laughed at by Ding Kai for the rest of his life. The other side. View Personal Attributes panel. At this time, Suyi, who returned to his residence, lay down on the bed and gave orders to the system. Name, Suyi. Talent, Summoning, current upper limit, 3180. Ability, Great Summoning, can be used 9 times today. Unit type, Skeleton Soldier, Self-Destruction, Forced First Blood, Teleportation, Sacrificing oneself to save others. Chi and Blood, 3185.9. Realm, Level 3 Martial Arts Master. Physical Control, Entering the House, 11.657%. Martial Skills, Overlapping Wave Palm, Confused Wind Step, 7-star Confused Tracking Step, Red Flame Thunder Tiger Fist, Desheng/83.7%. Mental Power, 2841.6. Realm, Level 2 Spiritual Sect. Soul Control, Entering the Hall, 8.942%. Items, Divine Alliance Coin *66.5 million, Pure Gold Stone *307, Heavenly Marrow Liquid *157 drops, God of War Skeleton Summoning Card *10, Talent Source Stone Fragments *66. Not enough. After breaking through to the 3rd level martial arts sect, the 1st level sect level alien beasts are completely insufficient. The odds of getting a reward are too low. After checking the character attributes panel, Suyi knew that he had to find a way to get a large number of Zone Realm 3rd level exotic beasts. Sleep. Keep your spirits up. Then prepare for tomorrow's exchange competition between neighboring provinces. Thinking of this, Suyi put the quilt between his legs and rested. Early the next morning. After Suyi got up early, he went straight to the training ground on the ground floor. Who is that person? After arriving at the training ground, Suyi saw a strange middle-aged man. Major Ding. Who is that majestic-looking uncle? After calling Ding Kai over, Suyi asked curiously. People sent from above. The purpose is to monitor exchanges and competitions between neighboring provinces. If there is any suspicion of match fixing, not only will the rewards be cancelled, but the corresponding training camp will be thoroughly investigated and severe penalties will be imposed. Upon hearing Su Ye's inquiry, Ding Kai briefly explained the other party's identity and purpose of coming. Okay. You can do whatever you want here. I have to go and accompany you. After saying that, Ding Kai walked quickly towards the middle-aged man. A few minutes later. Ding Kai. What are your students doing there? Noticing Su Yi in the distance, he set up the oven, lit the charcoal, and took out fresh meat skewers to start grilling. Qi Jianan also frowned slightly and looked at Ding Kai and asked. Grilled skewers. Master Qi, do you want to eat something? Noticing the displeasure on Qi Jianan's face, Ding Kai was helpless and could only bite the bullet and explain. Do you want something to eat? Is that what I mean? Hearing Ding Kai's words, Qi Jianan showed displeasure and said, Ding Kai. This is the provincial talent training camp base. Do you think it is appropriate to grill skewers here? Inappropriate. But he is the big devil in our training camp. He has privilege. There's nothing I can do. Seeing that Qi Jianan was still clinging to this issue, Ding Kai didn't want to explain too much and directly brought out Su Ye's identity as the Great Demon King. Big Devil? Only 6 days after the training camp started, he challenged the title of Big Devil? And the challenge was successful? After hearing Ding Kai's words, Qi Jianan's eyes towards Su Yi also changed somewhat. Right. Has the news been reported? At this time, Qi Jianan suddenly thought of something, and then looked at Ding Kai and asked. Reported. His name is Su Yi. Ding Kai knew that the other party wanted to check Su Ye's information, so he directly said Su Ye's name. A few minutes later. Insufficient permissions? I can't even view his information. Putting down his phone, Qi Jianan looked directly at Ding Kai with wide eyes. Master Qi. Or should I ask him to turn off the stove? Seeing the shocked look on Qi Jianan's face, Ding Kai laughed to himself, and then directly counterattacked an army. Need not. Let him bake. Don't affect his good mood of eating skewers. Scared. Qi Jianan was really scared at this time. He never thought that Su Ye's status level would be so terrifying. You know, the authority he has is not low. Half an hour later. All the students from the 2 training camps came to the training ground. Let's get started. 1v1 competition. Choose each other to challenge. At this time, Qi Jianan looked at Ding Kai and Yu Yi and said directly. At the same time, the micro-recorder on his chest also started to operate. Yu Yi. The visitor is a guest. You choose first. After hearing Qi Jianan's words, Ding Kai gave priority to Yu Yi. Good. After hearing this, Yu Yi looked directly at the 50 students behind him, and then asked aloud, which one of you will go first? Me. Me. Major Yu, let me go first. Don't grab it, let me fire the first shot. Upon hearing Yu Yi's question, the students immediately started fighting for each other. This scene made Yu Yi confused because he didn't understand why there were so many people rushing to be the first one. Chapter 55. They all want to challenge Su Yi. Are all the students in Shihai province crazy? Opposite. Interesting. The students from Shihai province are really interesting. You were obviously scared to death by our actual combat training yesterday, but today you are scrambling to be the first to go. I really can't understand them. At this time, Luo Tianchen, Pei Tianyi and other 47 students saw the scene of fighting, with a flash of surprise in their eyes. You all listen to me. The next competition. You must give me your best. Otherwise. Once it is determined to be match fixing, not only will the rewards be revoked, but the training camp will also be severely punished. Do you understand everything? At this time, Ding Kai thought that he had not notified everyone of this matter, so he took advantage of this moment to remind everyone. Do you have to go all out? Can't lose on purpose? Then we can't have fun for Brother Yi? Upon hearing Ding Kai's reminder, Luo Tianchen, Pei Tianyi and Lin Chuan all had a flash of disappointment in their eyes, because they really wanted to see the wonderful scene of the students from Xihai province being brutally tortured by Su Yi. Wang Hu. You go first. At this moment, Yu Yi's voice rang. Soon. A thin young man walked out of the Xihai province student team with arrogant steps. Although I am the weakest one in the Xihai province training camp. But dealing with a pseudo-genius who comes in through the back door, there's no problem. Thinking of this, Wang Hu pointed at Su Yi who was grilling skewers, and then shouted loudly, I want to challenge him. F***K. Wang Hu is such a badass, he actually snatched away the skewers guy. It's over. The kebab guy was robbed, then who should I challenge later? As Wang Hu launched a challenge to Su Yi, the student team in Xihai province instantly exploded. And here in Nanling province. After learning that the person Wang Hu challenged was Su Yi, everyone was stunned because they never expected that the opponent would choose Wang Jia at the beginning. Not far away. Challenge me? Is that guy going to challenge me? Hearing Wang Hu's cry, Su Yi couldn't believe his ears for a moment. Su Yi. Someone challenges you. Come here quickly. At this moment, Ding Kai shouted at Su Yi. Good. I'll come right over. After hearing Ding Kai's shout, Su Yi immediately ran over. Soon. Su Yi came to the competition venue, and Wang Hu on the opposite side immediately released his blood energy when he saw Su Yi coming. Red blood. 9 red halos under your feet. 9th level warrior. Seeing the opponent's strength, Su Yi was immediately stunned. After all, he had not encountered such a weak opponent for a long time. This is so scary. He is indeed a pseudo-genius who came in through the back door. Seeing Su Yi froze in place with fright, Wang Hu also said with a proud look on his face, Wang Hu, level 9 extreme martial arts. Pung. Before Wang Hu could finish speaking, he was lifted up by a big hand and then hit hard on the ground, causing him to pass out. Although Major Ding asked me not to play too hard. But facing this kind of opponent, I really have no desire to act at all. Looking at the unconscious Wang Hu at his feet, Su Yi shook his head helplessly, and said in his heart, Brother, don't blame me, you are really too weak. Quiet. At this time, the training ground became quiet instantly as Wang Hu was killed instantly. Everyone looked at Su Yi with expressions of disbelief, not because of anything else but because Su Yi's strength was that of a 9th level warrior, but the speed and power he displayed were that of a king. Dozens of times that of a tiger. Physical control. The first glimpse into the gateway stage. Soon. Everyone had a guess in their minds. After all, Su Yi didn't use any martial arts just now, so the problem must have arisen in controlling the physical body. The first competition. Nanling Province, win. For the second competition, Nanling Province will send students to choose one person from the training camp in Xihai Province to challenge. At this moment, Qi Jianan's voice rang out in the quiet training ground. Which one of you is going up? At this time, Ding Kai looked directly at the 47 students and asked. Brother Yi finally got to play. You ask who of us will go? Upon hearing Ding Kai's inquiry, the 47 students turned their heads to the side neatly. Forehead. Seeing this scene, Ding Kai's face was instantly filled with black lines, and then he looked at Su Yi and said, Su Yi, keep fighting. Major Ding, are you sure you want me to continue fighting? Hearing Ding Kai's words, Su Yi also walked up to the opponent and confirmed in a low voice. After all, if the next opponent was not at the Zhejiang level, then he would have to continue to improve his strength. Just keep fighting. Let's end this boring competition as soon as possible. After saying that, Ding Kai looked at Yu Yi, and then said loudly, Yu Yi, do you still remember our bet? Let your students challenge him. As long as you can defeat him, you will win. Bet? How dare you talk about a bet in front of me? What? Am I, the inspector, just a decoration? Hearing Ding Kai's words, Qi Jianan's face turned ugly, but he finally endured it. After all, this bet involved Su Yi, and he couldn't interfere at will. He could only say that in the end, this situation will be reported. Oh. This Su Yi is the one you said before, the one who wants to single-handedly challenge our entire training camp? Hearing Ding Kai's words, Yu Yi was also stunned, then thought about it and said, okay. I will let all students challenge him. Finished. Yu Yi walked towards his team of students. And this time, Su Yi had also returned to the competition venue, and then pointed at a young man with yellow hair in the Shihai province training camp and said, I want to challenge him. Challenge me? Did happiness come so suddenly? Seeing that Su Yi wanted to challenge him, Pang Tianxuan's face showed a hint of joy, even though he knew that Su Ye's physical control level had already reached the second stage of first glimpse. But he is a first-level martial artist, and his physical control level has reached 98.7% in the initial training stage. So, he has absolute confidence in defeating Su Yi. Boom! When Pang Tianxuan walked into the competition venue, he immediately burst out with his own orange blood energy, and at the same time, an orange halo emerged from his feet. Pang Tianxuan, first-level martial arts. Pang! Before Pang Tianxuan could finish speaking, a big hand appeared in front of him, and then like Wang Hu, it was lifted up and smashed to the ground, and he passed out instantly. Chapter 56. The students from Shihai province were all lying neatly in the competition venue. Another flash sale? Is this kebab boy pretending to be a pig and eating a tiger? After looking at Pang Tianxuan, who was unconscious on the ground, and then at Su Yi, who was covered in orange blood, many students in Shihai province finally realized one thing, that is, the skewer boy who came in through the back door did not seem to be what they imagined. So simple. Miscalculation. Originally, I thought the big devil Ding Kai talked about was the student named Luo Tianchen. But now it seems this Su Yi is the big devil. Otherwise, Ding Kai would never dare to let him challenge everyone in our training camp alone. At this time, looking at Su Yi in the distance, Yu Yi's face also showed a dignified look. Miao Hai. You come on this time. Then, Yu Yi shouted towards a young man with short hair. Me? My strength is about the same as Pang Tianxuan. After hearing Yu Yi's words, a look of panic flashed in Miao Hai's eyes, because Yu Yi had just told them that whoever comes next will challenge Su Yi. Everyone. I'll lie down over there and wait for you. Thinking of what he would encounter next, Miao Hai also gave a warning to the students around him who were similar in strength to himself, so that they could be mentally prepared first. After a while. Miao Hai. First-class martial artist. When Miao Hai came to the competition venue, he directly reported his name and strength without any nonsense. Pang. Familiar sound. Even if they didn't go to see it, many students in the training camp in Shihai province would know that Miao Hai was lying down. Lu Haifeng. Feng Zhishan. Zhou Ting. As Yu Yi kept asking people to come up, his face gradually became ugly, because none of the students who came up could block Su Ye's move. A few minutes later. Ding Kai. Give me some face. Tell your students to stop being so cruel. Seeing the 23 students lying neatly in the competition venue, Yu Yi also sighed, and then spoke to Ding Kai beside him. Lao Yu. With our relationship, do you think I would deliberately make you look bad? Looking at Yu Yi, Ding Kai said seriously. Ding Kai. What do you mean? Why don't I quite understand it? After hearing this, Yu Yi asked with a puzzled face. What's the meaning? It means that I have asked Su Yi to hold back and beat him. Otherwise, his cruelty is hundreds of times greater than it is now. Looking at Yu Yi, Ding Kai explained directly. 23 of them have been lying down. Then. You said you've asked him to keep it and beat it? Hearing Ding Kai's words, Yue couldn't believe his ears. Ding Kai. Is Su Yi the big devil you mentioned before? After regaining consciousness, Yue looked at Ding Kai and asked. Yes. After hearing this, Ding Kai said directly. Got it. After confirming that Su Yi was the big devil, Yue believed what Ding Kai just said. Sun Chen. Come on. Then, Yue shouted to a tall young man among the students. Why? It's finally my turn. I don't know if I can withstand it. Hearing Yue call out his name, Sun Chen also took a deep breath, and then walked towards the competition venue. Sun Chen. Second-level martial artist. When Sun Chen arrived at the competition venue, he directly reported his name and strength. The other side. Very good. Finally, he is no longer a first-level martial artist or a first-level spiritual master. After hearing Sun Chen's words, there was suddenly an orange halo under Su Ye's feet. Sun Chen, who noticed this situation, instantly turned pale. It's over. I'm going to lie down too. As soon as he had this idea, Sun Chen felt like he was flying, and then completely lost consciousness. Not far away. Second-level martial artist. I knew the skewers guy was hiding his strength. It's over. He's lying down again. Are all the 50 students from our training camp in Shihai province lying there today? At this time, seeing Sun Chen lying there, the remaining students felt a deep sense of powerlessness in their hearts, because they didn't know if Su Yi still had any hidden strength. 5 minutes later. 11 second-level Master Realm students, 8 third-level Master Realm students, and 4 fourth-level Master Realm students were all lying in the competition venue. And this time, only Zhang Wei, Meng Shan and Chu Lingxue are left in the Shihai province training camp. And 47 students from Nanling province. I had already run to the oven, grilling skewers and watching this unsuspicious competition. Meng Shan, Chu Lingxue. Say it. When we go up there, will Su Yi reveal his strength as a 5th-level martial artist? Looking at the two people beside him, Zhang Wei asked aloud. Meeting. So. As soon as we get up there, let's use our talents directly. After hearing Zhang Wei's inquiry, Meng Shan expressed his thoughts. Two grown men. Grinning. I'll go first. Seeing the two people talking about such useless things, Chu Lingxue walked directly towards the competition venue. At the same time, 5 orange soul marks also emerged from behind her. It's finally almost over. This kind of competition. It's really boring. Looking at Chu Lingxue walking towards this side, Su Yi also raised his strength to the level of a 5th-level martial artist. Really? He still hides his strength. Noticing that there was another orange halo under Su Ye's feet, Chu Lingxue, Zhang Wei and Meng Shan all had a wry smile on their faces. They knew that under the huge gap in strength, even if they use their talents, their chances of winning are not very good either. Chu Lingxue, a 5th-level spiritual master. After arriving at the competition venue, Chu Lingxue reported her name and strength. At the same time, a purple flame emerged from her body. Level 5 talented spiritual master. Interesting. Seeing the purple flame emerging from Chu Lingxue's body, Su Ye's eyes also flashed with light. Brush. 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 At this moment, 50 steel needles as thick as fingers floated in front of Chu Lingxue. Su Yi. Take action. Let me see how strong you are. Pung. As soon as she finished speaking, Su Yi appeared in front of her. Ignoring the attacks of steel needles and purple flames, she directly grabbed the opponent and smashed her to the ground. Physical control. Phase 3. Enter the room. Seeing that neither the steel needle or the purple flame caused any harm to Su Yi, Ding Kai, Yue, and Qi Jianan all exclaimed with wide eyes. Chapter 57. His own strength is so weak compared to his talent. Under 18. 5th-level martial artist. Physical control, the 3rd stage, entering the palace. Where the hell did this monster come from? At this time, Yue was really frightened by Su Ye's terrifying strength. Scary. It's so scary. Su Yi, that stinky boy, when did his physical control break through to the stage of entering a house? At this moment, Ding Kai's voice rang from the side. As the general manager of the training camp, don't you know the true strength of your students? Is it so outrageous? After hearing Ding Kai's words, Yue and Qi Jianan looked at him with strange eyes. Not far away. Ignore Chu Lingshua's attack. Not even talent did him any harm. Outrageous. This is so outrageous. Looking at Chu Lingxue lying on the ground, and then at Su Yi who was unharmed, Zhang Wei and Meng Shan had despair in their eyes. They couldn't understand why they were all the same age, so there was a gap in strength. It will be so big. Zhang Wei. I'm going to lie down first. See you when you wake up. After saying that, Meng Shan walked directly towards the competition venue. Peng. As a familiar voice sounded from the competition venue, Zhang Wei showed a wry smile, and then walked towards the competition venue while muttering to himself, everyone came neatly, so let's lie down neatly. The competition is over. Nanling Province wins. Seeing Zhang Wei lying in the competition venue, Qi Jianan immediately announced the results of the competition. Both of you. I want to report the results and video of the competition immediately. Just leave now. After saying that, Qi Jianan left the underground floor directly. Ding Kai. Su Ye's true strength. Is it convenient to say? After Qi Jianan left, Yue looked at Ding Kai and asked. Level 2 Lingwu Sect. Physical control, the third stage, entering the palace. Soul control, the second stage, the first glimpse of the door. High-level martial arts, Red Flame Thunder Tiger Fist, Xiaocheng Realm. 50 intermediate spiritual weapon level cards. This is what I know so far, but it's not all his strength. I don't know. After all, this kid is very stubborn and always hides some strength as a trump card. After hearing Yue's inquiry, Ding Kai told what he knew so far. His strength is actually the second level of Zone Realm. Or a dual cultivation of spirit and martial arts. Even practicing high-level martial arts, have you reached the level of Xiaocheng? After hearing Ding Kai's words, Yue was immediately shocked, because he never thought that Su Ye's strength would be so terrifying. Right. He also has talent. And his own strength is compared to his talent. So weak. At this moment, Ding Kai's voice rang again. Does he still have talent? And is his talent more terrifying than his own strength? After hearing the news, Yue was stunned because he couldn't imagine what kind of talent it was that could crush Su Ye's abnormal strength to the point of explosion. No. I have to find a way to keep Zhang Wei, Meng Shan and Chu Lingxue here. Even if you stay for 10 days or half a month, that's fine. Thinking that there is motivation only under pressure, Yue had the idea of leaving the three of them here. Ding Kai. If I want to keep Zhang Wei, Meng Shan and Chu Lingxue with you, what price will I have to pay? Looking at Ding Kai, Yue asked seriously. Let the three of them stay with me? Isn't this nonsense? Hearing Yue's words, Ding Kai shook his head and said, Yue, we belong to different provinces and departments. Even if I want to help you, I can't make the decision. Ding Kai. I know you can't make the decision. So I will contact Colonel Feng, and then ask Colonel Feng to contact Colonel Zhang above you. Seeing that Ding Kai seemed to have misunderstood something, Yue quickly explained. That's it. Then prepare the strange beasts. The larger the number of first-level and second-level exotic beasts in the Zone Realm, the better. But whether it can be done or not depends on what Colonel Zhang wants. After hearing Yue's words, Ding Kai reminded him of the price that needs to be paid. Don't cultivate resources. No martial arts. No staffing required. But you want a lot of exotic beasts? After hearing Ding Kai's reminder, although he didn't understand it, he still walked aside and took out his phone to contact his superior. Su Yi. To get you more exotic beasts. I'm so heartbroken. Looking at Su Yi, who was eating and drinking with the students in the distance, Ding Kai couldn't help but laugh. After all, it was his luck to be able to teach such a monster-level genius in his life. 10 minutes later. Ding Kai. It's been settled above. I don't know exactly what the price will be. But Zhang Wei, Meng Shan and Chu Lingxue will need your help to take care of them in the next half-month. After walking back, Yui looked at Ding Kai and explained the situation. Don't worry. I will take good care of the three of them. But since the three of them are staying, they must follow the rules of our training camp. If they can't adapt, then don't blame me for sending them back to you. With that said, Ding Kai looked at the three people still lying in the competition venue. 20 minutes later. What? In the next half-month, the three of us will be trained in the Nanling province training camp? And do you still have to obey all orders from Major Ding? After hearing the news, Zhang Wei, Meng Shan and Chu Lingxue were stunned on the spot. Have a good time training here. To know. In order to allow you three to stay, our province has paid a heavy price. So don't let me down. After patting the shoulders of the three of them, Yui said nothing more and turned around and walked towards the elevator. The other side. Su Yi. In the next half-month, the actual combat training of those three guys will be left to you. At this time, Ding Kai smiled at Su Yi while grilling skewers. Good. After Su Yi heard this, he immediately agreed. Agree? Just agreed? Hearing Su Yi's answer, Ding Kai was immediately stunned, because based on his understanding of Su Yi, the other party should take the opportunity to put forward the conditions for adding a beast at this time. Su Yi. No need to add animals to this matter? After calming down, Ding Kai looked at Su Yi and asked. Can this matter add a beast? Then I want a batch of sect level 3 level exotic beasts. Hearing Ding Kai's words, Su Yi's eyes lit up, and then he put forward his conditions. Chapter 58. A new ancient secret realm appeared. Let Su Yi try it. A third-level alien beast in Zone realm? Has this kid made another breakthrough? Upon hearing the conditions proposed by Su Yi, a look of surprise flashed across Ding Kai's eyes. Su Yi. There are no sect-level third-level beasts. There are only 1.5 million first-level sect-level alien beasts and 1.5 million second-level sect-level alien beasts. Do you want it? Looking at Su Yi, Ding Kai asked with a smile. No wonder they ask me if I want to add beasts. It turns out that it was all prepared for me in advance. After hearing Ding Kai's words, Su Yi also understood something, and then grinned and said, yes, you must. Boom. At this moment, waves of battle aftermath came from a distance. Damn it. Why did they start fighting? Seeing Luo Tianxin, Pei Tianyi and Lin Chuan fighting with Zhang Wei, Meng Shan and Chu Lingxue in the distance, Su Yi also exclaimed, then picked up melon seeds, skewers and small dishes. Beer ran over and watched the excitement. This boy. You can take me with you to watch the fun. Looking at Su Yi running over, Ding Kai laughed and cursed, then picked up the remaining skewers and prepared to follow. Jingle bell bell. At this moment, Ding Kai's cell phone suddenly rang. It turned out to be the college's phone number. Looking at the familiar number on his phone, Ding Kai did not choose to answer it. Instead, he hung up and walked directly to the elevator. 5 underground floors, secret room. In the past, I was the one looking for the senior colonel. Why did the senior colonel find me today? Out of curiosity, Ding Kai picked up the encrypted phone and dialed a number. Ding Kai. Let Su Yi prepare. Someone will pick him up tonight. After the call was connected, the colonel's voice rang from the phone. Someone will pick up Su Yi tonight? After hearing what the colonel said, Ding Kai quickly asked, Colonel, what happened? Do you still remember the ancient secret realm that appeared in Dongling City some time ago? That's a sect-level secret realm. So far, the Divine Alliance has sent more than 500 people into it to explore the situation in the secret territory, but less than 100 people have come out alive, and not much has been discovered. So, the top is going to let Suyi go in and give it a try. Upon hearing Ding Kai's inquiry, the colonel did not hide anything, but directly told the situation. Zone-level secret realm? Extremely dangerous? After learning about this situation, Ding Kai was a little worried about Suyi's safety, and then asked tentatively, "Colonel, do you want to ask Suyi what he wants about this first? The person who picks him up tonight will ask about him. If he goes, then you can get 2 million sect level second level exotic beasts and 1 million sect level third level alien beasts. If he doesn't go, then let him stay in the training camp, no one will force him to go. If you want to ask him first, you can also reveal the news to him in advance." After saying that, the senior colonel hung up the phone directly. It's over. Just now, Suyi was thinking about getting a third-level sect realm beast. And now that the alien beasts are coming to his door, he will definitely agree to go. Thinking that Suyi had always been obsessed with killing strange beasts, Ding Kai knew that this matter was basically gone. The other side. The underground floor is the training ground. The difference in strength is not big. But Zhang Wei, Meng Shan and Chu Lingxue didn't dare to fight hard. This is the main reason why the three of them lost. If you look at it that way. In the next half-month, I will pay more attention to the actual combat training of the three of them. When the battle was over, Suyi knew what the problem with these three people was. Zhang Wei, Meng Shan, Chu Lingxue. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Gather here on time and then conduct actual combat training. After saying that, Suyi left the underground floor directly. What's going on? Although you are very strong, you don't need to worry about our actual combat training. Looking at Suyi leaving, Zhang Wei, Meng Shan and Chu Lingxue were immediately confused because they couldn't understand why Suyi, a student, should worry about their actual combat training. At this moment, Zhang Wei, Meng Shan and the other three people noticed that the 47 students around them all showed gloating smiles. This abnormal scene made the three of them even more confused. Don't you three know Brother Ye's identity? Looking at the confused three people, Luo Tianxian asked with a half-smile. What is his identity? Hearing Luo Tianxian's words, Zhang Wei asked curiously. The Great Demon King. The first person in charge of actual combat training. Stare. Hearing Luo Tianxian's words, the three people's eyes widened instantly, and their eyes were filled with disbelief. Big Devil. They can understand, after all, they have experienced Su Ye's strength personally. But who is the first person in charge of actual combat training? Isn't he a student? Be mentally prepared. Because in the next half-month, everything you experience will be the past that you least want to recall in your life. Looking at the three of them, Luo Tianxian reminded him again, and then left the training ground with many students. First floor, room 001. Boom, boom, boom. Just when Suyi lay on the bed, there was a knock on the door. Major Ding? What's up? After opening the door and seeing Ding Kai standing outside, Suyi immediately stepped aside. Suyi. There's something I want to tell you. It's just that a clan-level ancient secret realm has appeared in Dongling City. In order to explore the situation in the secret territory, the Divine Alliance has lost more than 400 people. It can be said that the danger level in this secret territory is extremely high. So, the above message is that I want you to go over and give it a try. I wonder if you are interested? After closing the door, Ding Kai told the situation with a serious face. The ancient secret realm over there in Dongling City? After listening to Ding Kai's words, Suyi thought of a piece of news he heard from the news broadcast when he just traveled through time. Suyi. This secret realm is extremely dangerous. If you don't want to go, you don't have to. Before Ding Kai could finish speaking, Suyi interrupted directly, Go. I'll go. Here we go. Not even mentioning the conditions? Seeing Su Ye's excited look, Ding Kai was immediately stunned, and even asked in his heart, "Is this still the cool young man I know who always tries to do everything? Major Ding. When should I go there? Now?" Just when Ding Kai was confused, Su Ye's excited voice sounded from the side. "Su Yi. If you go to this ancient secret realm, your life will be in danger at any time. Are you sure you want to go?" Looking at Su Yi, Ding Kai asked again. Chapter 59, We are all so injured, we still need a second actual training session? Go. Instead of eating, drinking and having fun every day in the training camp, it's better to explore the unknown ancient secrets. After hearing Ding Kai's question again, Su Yi immediately gave a positive answer. Why? Since you have decided to go, then prepare yourself. Someone will come to pick you up tonight. Right. This is actually what the above means, so if you go, the above will give you some benefits, and as far as I know, the benefits the above will give you are 2 million SEK level second level exotic beasts and 1 million a third level exotic beast in the Tuzong realm. After saying that, Ding Kai left the room directly. There are benefits but you didn't tell me in advance? Looking at Ding Kai leaving, Su Yi suddenly thought of something, and then smiled and said to himself, "This is because you don't want me to take risks. Should I say it or not, Major Ding is a very nice person." Finished. Su Yi took out a martial god level skeleton summoning card and thought to himself, "I hope this unknown ancient secret realm can give me some strength to use a martial god level skeleton summoning card." Afternoon, 2 o'clock. On the underground floor, in the training ground. What's going on? Major Ding is really not responsible for the actual combat training of the students? Seeing that all the students have arrived, Ding Kai is busy grilling skewers in the distance. This strange situation makes Zhang Wei full of questions. Zhang Wei. Now it seems that the person responsible for the students' actual combat training is really Su Yi. At this time, Meng Shan's voice rang from the side. Students are responsible for the actual combat training of students. My eyes were opened today. After hearing what Meng Shan said, Zhang Wei couldn't help but complain. Coming. Brother Yi is here. Everyone, please stand up quickly. At this moment, a burst of chaotic sounds rang from the side. Soon, Su Yi came to the students. 1v1 combat training today. As Su Yi finished speaking, white circles of light appeared in front of everyone one after another. At the same time, one after another, skeleton soldiers also emerged from the aperture. Talent? He actually has talent? Seeing the 100 skeleton soldiers summoned by Su Yi, Zhang Wei, Meng Shan and Chu Lingxue were stunned on the spot. Just a reminder. Don't underestimate these skeleton soldiers. Also, don't lose focus during the battle. At this moment, Luo Tianquan's voice rang from the side. Don't underestimate these skeleton soldiers? Don't get distracted during the battle? Although they didn't understand Luo Tianquan's reminder, the three of them still remembered it in their hearts. The actual combat training begins. As Su Ye's voice sounded again, Luo Tianquan, Pei Tianyi and other 47 students rushed directly towards the skeleton soldiers who were at the same level as themselves. Choose your own skeleton soldiers? Seeing this scene, Zhang Wei, Meng Shan and Chu Lingxue looked at each other and then rushed over. Soon, the three of them fought with a skeleton soldier each. Groove. Is this a summoned creature? At this time, Zhang Wei, who was directly pressed and beaten by the skeleton soldiers, started to curse. However, because of his small distraction, the skeleton soldiers directly cut a wound on his arm. This skeleton soldier really dares to attack. Looking at the wounds on his right arm, Zhang Wei finally understood why the students in Nanling province worked so hard during actual combat, because if they didn't fight hard, they would be chopped down by the skeleton soldiers. Meng Shan and Chu Lingxue, who were not far away, had also lost their jobs at this time. This made them realize that if they did not fight with all their strength, their end would be very tragic. Far away. Major Ding. They're already in the zone. Noticing the situation of the three of them, Su Yi also looked at Ding Kai and said with a smile. Yes. If you don't enter the state, you don't know how many times you will be chopped. Ding Kai smiled after hearing this, and then started drinking with Su Yi. After all, Su Yi was leaving at night, and by then, he would have to drink here alone. Half an hour later. When all the students collapsed on the ground covered in injuries, the staff in the base quickly stepped forward and distributed healing and recovery pills to everyone. Call. This terrible actual combat training is finally over. At this time, Zhang Wei, who had taken the healing elixir, muttered to himself with lingering fear. I can't beat Su Yi. I can't defeat the skeleton soldiers he summoned. This is so G outrageous. At this time, Mengshan's voice full of collapse sounded from the side. Mengshan. People should look to others. We don't compete with monsters. Seeing Mengshan's collapsed appearance, Zhang Wei and Chu Lingxue also comforted each other. Take an hour's rest. Then continue with actual combat training. At this moment, Su Ye's voice sounded from a distance. We are all so hurt. Instead of letting us go back and take a quick rest, we are going to have a second actual training session instead? After hearing Su Ye's words, the three of them were immediately stunned. Night, 8 o'clock. Hoo ho ho. With the sound of propellers, a helicopter slowly landed outside the base. Next. A long-haired woman in military uniform stepped out of the helicopter. Su Yi. This is a female colonel. Be careful when you speak. Seeing the military rank on the opponent's shoulder, Ding Kai looked at Su Yi and reminded him. Colonel? It's actually 2 levels higher than Major Ding. After hearing Ding Kai's reminder, Su Yi looked towards him. Colonel. I've already told him the situation. You can leave at any time. When the beautiful colonel came over, Ding Kai immediately spoke out. Then let's go. Long Yufei nodded after hearing this, then turned and walked towards the helicopter without saying any nonsense the whole time. Major Ding. There are 100 drops of heavenly marrow liquid here, just keep them for them to use. Besides, I will also stay here with the 100 skeleton soldiers here. I will just let them continue to fight the skeleton soldiers when the time comes. After saying that, Su Yi handed 10 vials containing Tianmui liquid to Ding Kai. Su Yi. Be safe. After receiving the Tianmui liquid, Ding Kai looked at Su Yi and reminded him. Su Yi nodded, and then walked towards the helicopter not far away. Soon. The helicopter took off and disappeared from Ding Kai's sight after a while. On the helicopter. Su Yi. We have 10 teams that will enter the ancient secret realm with you. Are you going to go it alone, or join one of their teams? Looking at Su Yi, Long Yufei asked directly. Chapter 60 Entering the Ancient Secret Realm, First Kill a Semi-Foreigner. Join the team. But after entering the secret realm, I may leave the team at any time. After hearing the other party's inquiry, Su Yi thought for a while and then expressed his thoughts. When we get to the place, there will be 10 teams, you can choose as you like. After saying that, Long Yufei closed her eyes and took a rest. You sleep and I sleep too. See who can outsleep who. Seeing Long Yufei closing her eyes and taking a rest, Su Yi also leaned back and fell asleep leaning on the back of the chair. Stare. When Su Yi began to rest, Long Yufei's tightly closed eyes suddenly opened. Su Yi. It doesn't look like anything special. But why did the higher-ups let him enter that ancient secret realm? Looking at Su Yi, Long Yufei thought with confusion. 10 hours later. Finally here. Looking at the entrance to the secret realm in the distance, Su Yi gradually became excited. Is he excited? Facing an unknown and extremely dangerous place, not only was he not afraid, but he was also extremely excited. Noticing Su Ye's situation, Long Yufei's eyes flashed with surprise. Su Yi. There are a few things I want to tell you. First, this, zone level, ancient secret realm is extremely dangerous. Therefore, after entering, you must always pay attention to the surrounding situation to avoid putting yourself in deep danger. Second, in addition to our people from other forces will also enter the secret realm. Therefore, after entering, be sure not to trust anyone. Third, when encountering danger, don't be reluctant to fight. Your main task is to explore the secret place, draw a map, and then mark the dangerous location and specific situation. Do you understand? At this time, Long Yufei looked at Su Yi and told Su Yi a few things that needed attention. I understand. After hearing this, Su Yi shouted loudly. A few minutes later, the helicopter landed steadily 100 meters away from the entrance to the secret realm. At the same time, the 10 teams who were resting and reorganizing here also stood up after seeing the helicopter land. Ding! There is a semi-alien in the third team. Just after Su Yi stepped off the helicopter, the system's beep suddenly rang in his mind. Half-alien, Hua Xiaotong. Immediately afterwards, the identity of the semi-alien appeared in Su Ye's mind. Interesting. This alien organization is really pervasive. After looking at the female members of the 10 teams, Su Yi also thought to himself. Su Yi. Of these 10 teams, which one do you want to join? At this time, Long Yufei, who got off the helicopter, asked directly. What? Is he going to join our team? Hearing Long Yufei's words, the expressions of the captains and members of the 10 teams changed, because they were familiar with each other and cooperated tacitly. If someone were to suddenly join in, not only would it not improve the overall strength of the team, but it would also affect their performance. Colonel. Because I like the number 3. So I want to join Team 3. At this time, Su Yi did not tell Long Yufei Hua Xiaotong's identity because he was worried that the other party would pass on information about him before his death. In that case, he would definitely be targeted by a different organization, so, he plans to deal with the opponent with his own hands after entering the secret realm. Because you like the number 3? So you want to join Team 3? What about the liar? Looking at the third team, which was composed of all female members, Long Yufei curled her lips in disdain, and then said to herself, a man's mouth is a liar. If you believe it, then I am a fool. Hua Xiaotong. From now on, he will be the 5th member of your third team. Although she was disdainful, Long Yufei still asked Su Yi to join the third team. Now, all teams immediately check the elixirs, food and water in their backpacks. If there is no problem, in 5 minutes, enter the secret realm. At this time, Long Yufei looked at the captains of the 10 teams and gave an order directly. Aside. 3 women, 1 drama. 5 women and 1 point and 6 plays. It's so difficult. Looking at the 5 women in the third team, Su Yi was also a little worried. 5 minutes later, outside the entrance to the secret realm. Be safe. Whenever you encounter danger, don't hesitate to flee immediately. Looking at the 10 teams that were about to enter the secret realm, Long Yufei reminded them again. After hearing this, everyone nodded, and then walked towards the entrance of the secret realm. The ancient secret realm. Everyone beware. This is Poison Moon Valley. Not only are there a lot of poisonous insects, but even the plants contain toxins. Looking at the map in his hand with only 8 places marked on it, Hua Xiaotong quickly determined his current location and then reminded him aloud. Oh. Hua Xiaotong is pretending to be the real deal. But after entering the secret realm, she won't be able to convey the message through any means, so I can get rid of her. Thinking of this, Su Yi directly summoned the skeleton soldiers. Everyone. Follow me next. Before Hua Xiaotong could say the last word, go, she found herself surrounded by countless skeleton soldiers. Confused. Hua Xiaotong was really confused at this moment, because she had no idea where these skeleton soldiers came from. Hua Xiaotong. Do you know why I joined Team 3? At this moment, Su Ye's voice rang. Brush. 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 Hearing Su Ye's words, both Hua Xiaotong, who was surrounded by skeleton soldiers, and the other 4 team members outside the encirclement, all looked in the direction of Su Yi. Why? At this time, Hua Xiaodong's voice rang out from the circle of skeleton soldiers. Because I know you are half alien. Stare. Upon hearing this, the eyes of the remaining 4 members suddenly widened, and their eyes were full of disbelief. Interesting. It was discovered. But, do you think these skeleton soldiers can kill me? Boom. As Hua Xiaotong finished speaking, a violent aura erupted from the circle of skeleton soldiers. Next. With wings growing out of his back, Hua Xiaotong flew into the air and got rid of the skeletal soldiers. Teleport. Looking at Hua Xiaotong in the air, Su Yi directly gave the order to teleport to the 3,000 skeleton soldiers. Brush. In the blink of an eye, 3,000 skeleton soldiers holding bone knives surrounded Hua Xiaotong again. Burst. When the skeleton soldiers were about to fall, Su Yi directly gave the order to self-destruct. Boom. With a loud bang, a mushroom cloud blooms beautifully in the sky. Ah! At this moment, a miserable scream came from the mushroom cloud. You are listening to it in Eugene Light Novels.